Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. The views and opinions expressed in this video and on UME Radio YouTube channel are those of the host and or the guests and do not necessarily reflect the opinion of UME Radio YouTube channel.
Are you ready for the weekend?
Weekends on UME Radio. Get the UME Radio app.
Weekends on UME Radio. The sun is up and so are we. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram and Facebook, all at UME Radio.
UME Radio. Positive entertainment 24/7. Subscribe on YouTube and click the notification bell. International.
Hey guys, good morning, and welcome to the weekend show. How are you guys? How's your week been? How have you been? You know what, real quick before we really start, I want to tell you a little positive, sweet thing that happened this week. If you guys don't know, I work in healthcare. I'm studying in the eye field. We'll get into specifics maybe later on in different episodes, but regardless of that, I deal with kids mostly. And this little kid, I had to put drops in his eyes, and the drops do burn. They're not fun and pleasant for kids, but, I make a little joke of it and saying, you're going to look like your favorite superhero. Who's your favorite superhero? And it was a little boy, and he said, you. And let me tell you, my heart melted the entire day. This boy made my entire day. And I just want to remind you, maybe sometimes you yourself can be your own favorite superhero, okay? He was so cute. But anyway, good morning, and thanks for joining us on the weekend show where we share stories, engage in conversations, and gain insight into issues affecting our communities in New York, the Caribbean, and Africa. We're looking forward to a great show. We want to say a big thank you to all of our partners, subscribers, supporters, listeners, and viewers from all around the world. This is your weekly roundup, transformative content and intriguing stories that helps inspire you. We will introduce you to thought leaders, movers, and shakers, and people with powerful stories. And this season promises to be even better than before. And let me tell you, it already has. We have a new, talented, smart, experienced, and purpose-driven panel of hosts that will amplify positive voices and bring you useful information to motivate and move you. Now, guys, remember, you guys been here before. You're not new to YouTube, so remember to subscribe, like, share, comment, click that notification bell so you get notified when we go live and upload a new video. Share it with your friends on different social media platforms. And don't worry, in case you missed any of our episodes, get the UME Radio app at app.umeradio.com to listen or watch this and any other episodes. You can also listen to UME Radio on all major digital platforms. This includes Apple App Store, Google Play Store, iTunes, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Google, Podbean, TuneNews, Spotify, Stitcher, Player FM, Listen Notes, Caravision TV, and at UME Radio on Connected TV. Guys, welcome to Weekends again. I am Jessie, and let's get started with our daily devotional. And when we come back, I will fill you in on what's coming up on today's show. Lord, we thank you for today, and we thank you for this moment in time. Today's episode of the Daily Bread Devotional. There you go. You guys know my tongue's all over the place. Today's episode talks about a glossary for grief.
Hi, and welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. I'm Elisa Morgan, and I titled today's reading, A Glossary for Grief. When you and Dee Dee released their only child to heaven, They struggled with what to call themselves in the aftermath. There is no specific word in the English language to describe a parent who has lost a child. A wife without her husband is a widow. A husband without his wife is a widower. A child bereft of parents is an orphan. A parent whose child has died is an undefined hollow of hurt. Miscarriage, sudden infant death, suicide, illness, accident. Death steals a child from this world and then robs the surviving parents of an expressed identity. And yet God himself understands such devastating grief as his only son, Jesus, called to him while dying on the cross, "Father, into your hands I commit my spirit." God was Father before Jesus' earthly birth and remained Father when Jesus released his final breath. God continued as Father when the still body of his Son was laid in a tomb. God lives on today as Father of a risen Son who brings every parent the hope that a child can live again. What do you call a heavenly Father who sacrifices his Son for the universe, for you and for me? Father, still Father. When there are no words in the glossary of grief to describe the pain of loss, God is our Father and calls us his children. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Luke chapter 23, verses 44 through 46. It was now about noon, and darkness came over the whole land until 3 p.m, for the sun stopped shining, and the curtain of the temple was torn in two. Jesus called out with a loud voice, "Father, into your hands I commit my spirit." When he had said this, he breathed his last. Let's pray. God, for those of us who have lost a child or a grandchild or someone else so precious to us, Lord, may we lean into your Father care, the fact that you promise to continue as our Father and that you promise to continue to identify us as your children, no matter what happens in this world and in this life. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
All right, guys. So you guys know that was really touching. I can only imagine what it would feel like to lose a child or someone so close to you. I mean, I have lost my grandparents, so I know that side of grief. But to lose a child, I could only imagine. So I just want to say to and all of our listeners, if anyone has had suffered with that loss, I sympathize, I empathize with you, and I just want you to say to you to trust God, and He will make it. He will make it. He will get you. I can't talk today. He will let you get through it. There we go, Jessie. Okay, let's come on to our today's show. And let me tell you what's going on and what's going to be happening on today. So next, we're going to be looking at what's happening on the front page of the New York Times, Canon News, and top stories in Africa, followed by Get Fit with former NFL pro and fitness coach Diondre Borel, live from Tennessee, Entertainment Now, sponsored by EveryEntertainer.com, Voice of Truth with self-awareness coach Hope Orunse, live from Nigeria, Wealth Mindset with Marsha Gay Miles, digital wealth creator and lifestyle engineer, live from Jamaica, and Travel Boss with Keith, businessman and musician, live from New York. Now it's time for the news headlines, thanks to NewYorkTimes.com, CanonNews.com, and AfricanNews.com. And this section is so important to me, guys. You guys know I'm a New Yorker, was born in Brooklyn, have lived there half my life, lived in Westchester, and right now I'm in Buffalo from school. So I'm a New Yorker all the way through and through. I have Caribbean heritage. My parents come from Guyana, and I want to know deeper. Let's dive deeper into the root of where we all come from, which is Africa. So let's get to the news. All right, guys, so we're going to first start with the New York Times, the front page of the New York Times. I'm just going to read off the headlines and share the picture there. So the first main picture right on our front screen there if you guys are listening. This is a picture of the funeral for Colin L. Powell, the former Secretary of State, and this was on Friday. We also have Democrats pass a $1 trillion bill for public works. Despite bright signs, many can't shake gloomy outlook. Biden frees a logjam and party haggles on social policy. DA in Albany lists concerns in Cuomo case. Hiring surge shows economy is bouncing back. Best numbers since July despite variant and supply issues. Next, as we scroll down, we have a picture here, and the title is How the Dexy Fire Created Its Own Weather. And it's a picture of a 3D model that offers a look inside one of the first huge thunderclouds towering over 40,000 feet, powered by the blaze that scorched nearly 1 million acres in California this year. So you keep scrolling, we have China's zero COVID policy leaves a city in perpetual lockdown, upending jobs, schools, and citizens' morale. And last but not least, we have antiviral pills is highly effective for treating COVID, Pfizer says. So guys, would you take an antiviral pill? Are you taking antiviral pills? We got antibiotics. Tell me what you guys know about this. What do you guys think about this in the comment section down below? What do you think about our daily word for today or my fun positive story? Let me know in the comments down below. If you have a fun positive story, put it in the comments down below. I love to hear it. All right, let's now take a trip to cananews.com, and I'm going to read off the headlines, and then I have a short clip that I want to share with you guys in regards to Canada News. Okay, so let's going to start with the news section right here. We have Caribbean Transportation, new airline to offer direct flights between Barbados and Guyana. United States death, Caribbean American General Colin Powell remembered as patriotic statesman. Caribbean environment, Caribbean leaders declare support for Living Lands Charter. In Guyana court, man sentenced to death for murdering British national. In business, Barbados economy this year declines from a predicted 3% in 2021. Dominica to sign construction contract for international airport in December. Caribbean Climate CDB proposes new initiative for SIDS or SIDS to access consensual financing. Bermuda economy, digital nomads have beefed up economy, minister. Some press releases, Guyanese American author Christopher Prasad released 2 books. New CBU president encourages support for Caribbean media as COVID-19 frontline workers. JN Bank UK rated excellent by consumers on Global Review site. As we get into some sports, cricket Windies, Pollard brushes off retirement talk after failed campaign. Cricket T20 CWC preview, dot ball danger hangs over Windies ahead of Aussie finale. In football, Jamaica, Reggae Boy Gray downplays injury. Cricket retirement, Bravo lowers curtain on Maroon career following World Cup debacle. In politics, St. Lucia politics, government to observe first 100 days in office. Barbados politics, Prince of Wales to visit Barbados as island transit to Republican status. United States politics, Congresswoman wholeheartedly supports Perry for post of U.S. ambassador to Jamaica. Grenada politics, new leader of opposition party promises to help improve the lives of Grenadians. And feature news, CMC feature Caribbean climate from Rome, G20 to Glasgow, COP26 action demanded. CMC feature Caribbean CARICOM and Glasgow UN Climate Change Conference. And CMC feature Caribbean Health Jamaican Pauline Thomas, 14-year breast survivor, tells her story. And speaking of Caribbean climate and Glasgow, I love to share with you guys a clip from Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Mottley, and her thoughts of what's going on in the world and climate change.
The pandemic has taught us that national solutions to global problems do not work. We come to Glasgow with global ambition to save our people and to save our planet, but we now find three gaps. On mitigation, climate pledges or NDCs. Without more, we will leave the world on a pathway to 2.7 degrees, and with more, we are still likely to get to 2 degrees. These commitments, made by some, are based on technologies yet to be developed, and this is at best reckless and at worst dangerous. On finance, we are $20 billion short of the $100 billion, and this commitment, even then, might only be met in 2023. On adaptation finance remains only at 25%, not the 50-50 split that was promised nor needed given the warming that is already taking place on this earth. Climate finance to frontline small island developing states declined by 25% in 2019. Failure to provide the critical finance and that of loss and damage is measured, my friends, in lives and livelihoods in our communities. This is immoral and it is unjust. If Glasgow is to deliver on the promises of Paris, it must close these three gaps. So I ask to you, what must we say to our people living on the front line in the Caribbean, in Africa, in Latin America, in the Pacific, when both ambition and regrettably some of the needed faces at Glasgow are not present? What excuse should we give for the failure? In the words of that Caribbean icon, Eddie Grant, will they mourn us on the front line? When will we, as world leaders across the world, address the pressing issues that are truly causing our people angst and worry, whether it is climate or whether it is vaccines? Simply put, when will leaders lead?
All right, guys, and that was a very powerful message from Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Mottley. And I wanted to share your thoughts on this because I was talking to a friend yesterday and talking about her and her speech and how the Caribbean may have her at least as one of the future nominees to think of as a president of the Caribbean. And I'm just like, wait, we don't have that right now? And she was like, no, we don't. And I'm like, why not? And we're talking about it a little bit more in detail about how, you have entrepreneurs allowed saying, love her. Yes. Talking to it. Oh, we have another comment that says, I just love her. When will leaders lead? Hashtag President of the Caribbean, Mia Mottley. Yes, Satin Brownie. So my question is, why don't we have that for the Caribbean? Because, if you look in the United States, we all have different states that we live in, govern. Each state has their own, sets of laws and everything, but we have one big country, the United States, and we have a president that leads. Why don't we have the Caribbean, have all of our countries, but we have one big president that leads, and we help maintain the power that we have with our own communities? Don't have to trade with international waters to the point, China and U.S. trade amongst ourselves, trades between Guyana and Trinidad and Barbados and Jamaica, have developed airlines, develop, what do you call it? My mind is going all over the place with this. But guys, just think about the possibilities of this. If we have a president of the Caribbean, come on now. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about this. But with that being said, we're going to move on. I'm going to dig a little deeper. Let's go back to our roots. Let's see what's going on in the African news for today. Okay, so we have this just in: at least 80 killed in Sierra Leone fuel blast, historic losses for ANC, open new era in South African politics, women's health at the heart of development in Sahel, inspire Africa. We have in Ethiopia, Security Council urges end to hostiles. South African cop gets life sentence for insurance murders. In African New, interview with Goncourt Prize laureate Mohammed I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, sir. Mohammed Sar. I can't say the middle names to say that. Tunisia issues international arrest for ex-president. Tunisia's president calls on citizens to rescue state finances. Are African teams ready for Qatar 2022, even as preparations near end? Controversial French COVID doctor in disciplinary hearing. Uganda police recover weapons, IEDs near last month's explosion site. There's some pics of the day, November 5th, 2021, and DR Congo woman mob-style money to get gang rape suspects to court. And guys, that is what's going on in African news for today. Let me know, guys, what you thought about some of the news headlines and that segment with Prime Minister of Barbados. And with that being said, we're going to get into our Power Minute with Coach Raquel. Remember, guys, if you haven't heard of Coach Raquel, she's a proven strategist, certified career coach, and certified entrepreneur, courtesy of Bank of America's Cornell University Women's Entrepreneurship Program. And today, our topic's going to be Wake Up with a Grateful Heart.
Good morning, beloved. Wake up with gratitude in your heart. Being grateful is cleansing. It is freeing. It is a state of being that makes you feel full, that makes your life full. Gratitude is the way to abundance. Be grateful. Wake up with a grateful heart. Don't forget, your gratitude will attract abundance. The only way to abundance is through gratitude. Thank you for joining me this morning. This is Coach Raquel with your morning inspiration. Have the best day. Smile the most today. Laugh heartily today. Embrace gratitude today. And live in a state of gratitude. Wake up with a heart of gratitude.
Awesome. I know that we actually talked about gratitude. This is not timing or anything. Entrepreneurs Aloud said unity is strength. Yes, and that is in regards to Caribbean countries being united with one president. And they also said, I agree. Yes. Just last week, we talked about Dream Wealth Mindset. If you missed it last week, go check it out. Go check that episode out. It's on YouTube. It's on our apps. I told you guys where to get it, so you go do it. We talked about gratitude more in depth on Wealth Mindset. So I absolutely love that Power Minute with Coach Raquel. And just want to say her voice is so soothing. It is very much like ASMR. I love it. I love it when her segment comes into our show today, guys. Let me know in the comment sections how you guys are loving the show. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Remember, guys, if you guys haven't already, click that notification bell for more info. When we go live, you will get notified, and when we upload a new video. And don't feel free. Let me know in the comment section down below where you guys are from. You guys are quiet? Don't be quiet. Let me know where you're from. Let me know how you're doing, how your week's been. We love sharing comments, and I know we have people listening all over the world, guys. So let me know where you guys are tuning in from. I love to get to know you guys better. And guys, yes, again, I really urge you guys to like our videos, comment, share, subscribe, share on all your platforms, guys. And with that being said, we're gonna get into our spotlight for today.
Apostle Dr. Faith Walters and Women and Men of Excellence Outreach Ministries presents our annual Thanksgiving Community Outreach Drive. So I am hoping and praying that you will, those who can donate some finances or donate some, packs of food. I do dry food if the packs, little packs, let the Lord move in your heart if you want to do that, or you could send the donation to the ministry and I could take care of it that way. It's our annual Thanksgiving Community Outreach Drive, and that will be held on Tuesday, November 16, 2021. And it's going to be at my usual spot, 34-56 East 3rd Street, Mount Vernon, New York. The time is 2 p.m. to 3:30. And of course, it's while supplies last. And, in 2 Corinthians 9:7 says, for God loves the person who gives cheerfully. So we enjoy giving in this ministry as part of what we do connected to the community. So again, invite people to come out on Tuesday, November 16th, 2021 for our annual Thanksgiving Community Outreach Drive. I don't give out turkeys because I don't have any facilities for that. So I just do what God put on my heart. I mostly give dry goods. So you'll be able to have a meal for most likely for a day or two, or even last a week. I have little things in the packages that I give out, and it's a pleasure doing that. So I'm just grateful to the Lord that we're able to do this on a monthly basis to help the community. So, and, continue to spread the love of Jesus and continue to spread the word of the Lord, because God's word has to go forth by any means necessary. So I'm grateful to the Lord for that. And I'm just really excited about what he's doing. I have the first book, Poems About My Self-Esteem. That's it's on the website. It's on there for $12. And it's help you if you have problems with low self-esteem. This book will certainly help you and touch you and make your life change. Okay, so I have one here that says, what is a smile? A smile lights up your day. It makes your face bright. It sends sunshine when there is pain. So, always keep a smile even when you're having a bad day. Smile a little. It makes the world go around. So even as you are going through, yes, girl, I was still smiling and going on same way. All right, when I'm in pain. Yes. So this is a powerful book. The poetry is very short and to the point, but even though they're short, they're deep. So you got to take some time to really think about them and just get them in your spirit and let it get deep down in you and for you to really understand, what it's trying to say to you. All right. And I have my new book that came out in July, and the book is Reborn. And this book is just talking about the personal story about my journey from a place of despair, from a place of darkness, to fulfilling God's purpose in my life. This book is also transform your life as well. It will make your life different. It shares some, not even all of it, just some a synopsis of some of the things I experienced while growing up in the church and growing up in a family, that I thought loved me and didn't realize that I had to do it by myself, but because of God, he helped me to get through it, to bring me to a place of where I am today. So book is to encourage you that if you are in a place of darkness and you are surrounded by people who are supposed to love you and they don't demonstrate that love, know that God is there for you. And take some time to pen your thoughts, because you never know who's going to pick up your book one day. When you're gone from this, when time has come, you're gone from this world. You're leaving legacies. These are things you're leaving behind for your loved ones to read, and you never know who will pick it up wherever they are. And we have the supernatural highway now that's everywhere, so you'd be surprised where people find words that can help them.
Good morning to everybody. I hope everyone's having a blessed day today. Oh man, I'm just so thankful for this morning and thankful that God woke me up this morning. So, if no one minds, I know this is my show. I just want to, give a quick prayer and just thank God for the morning. Um, it's just amazing what He does for us daily. So I'm just thankful, God, for this morning. I'm thankful for UMERADIO. I'm thankful for everyone that's a part of this show, the guests, from the people that are working behind the scenes. I'm just so grateful for this, God, for this opportunity and for what it's going to bring and how it's going to change the world for the better and how we're all going to impact the world and how we all can learn from each other and become one unit, become a team, because it takes a team to go big. It takes a team to win. So we thank you and we love you in Jesus' name. Amen. So I'm so grateful for today. I'm thankful for today. We have a special guest today. He'll be coming on soon. And I wanted to actually give this verse. Um, it's James 1 2 verses 2 through 4. James chapter 1 verses 2 through 4. And it goes in, it's been on my spirit for the whole week, but it just ties into everything, everyday life, your mental, your physical, spiritual health. So James chapter 1 verses 2 through 4. This is amplify version. Consider it nothing but joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you fall into various trials. Be assured that the testing of your faith through experience produces endurance, leading to spiritual maturity and inner peace. And let endurance have its perfect result, and do a thorough work so that you may be perfect and completely developed in your faith, lacking in nothing. So it's important. I'm not sure if my link is in the bio or link isn't, sorry, not in the bio, but link is in the show. But I was reading uh, there it is. Yes, I was reading athletes on shifting the narrative with mental health at work. So there are many athletes now that are wanting to work on their mental well-being, and if that's taking a break, then they'll take a break and walk away from the sport for a while. And it's just you being vulnerable to yourself and understanding that as an athlete there are pressures, and a lot of people that are watching, a lot of fans, they'll sit there and say, why is this athlete doing this? How come they're not making this play? How come they're not doing this? Why didn't they catch the ball? Why did they kick the ball over there? Why did he drop the ball? I mean, how come this track athlete didn't run as fast as what they normally do? With the pressures with the sport and in life, you don't know what they're going through. You don't know what's going on in their personal life that may affect them to go play. But sometimes as an athlete, I would channel it out. I would channel it out and play in the game and perform. And after the game, I'd be like, man, I performed. But then I start thinking about the things in my personal life right after. And it didn't feel good. It was just more like we get used to it and we do it. And most people will say, oh, great job, great game. We go home and no one's asking about how we actually feel. Maybe in that moment they say, how do you feel after the game? How do you feel after this run? It's like, okay, I feel great. Like I won or we lost the game. This is how I feel. We could have played better. We could have done a lot more as a team. I could have made this play. And then you think about how much you, um, how could I say, how much you, or just say how hard you are on yourself if you didn't perform how you wanted to. So then you add that on top of your personal life. So it's like, wow, I could have performed better. For myself, I'd be hard on myself. I could have made this throw. I don't know why so and so didn't catch the ball. I threw it right to him. You have all these factors and you're thinking about it. And then you go back to your home. Then you think about your personal life. You think about the game. Then the next day you're thinking about watching film. So it's just important to take a break, mental break, give yourself some peace and time, alone time, and just really understand what's been affecting you, why it's affecting you. You know, maybe you just need a renewing. And this week for me was like a renewing. There's things that I'm letting go of. There's things that God wants me to see. He wants me to feel it, but not live in it. So at times, you know, we'll feel that same experience, but we don't have to go through that same experience. We could feel it, like I could feel it. And I'm like, okay, he just wants to remind me of who he is. And he wants all of us to elevate to a new level. So if that's old thinking, he wants us to release the old thinking. He wants to renew us and bring us up. So let's see. Things are working. How can we become more aware? You have so much money. Definitely. Yeah, for sure. Athletes, you know, they go through a lot. They go through injury. We were made, well, God made us and gave us the ability, but we've trained so much to push past the pain. And that's a good thing. But then we also set aside our feelings. And the norm in this sports world is to set aside feelings. You know, get over it quick. Next play, next run, next throw, next catch. Don't worry about it. But then in the film room, that's when they talk to you. And then you're like, man, sometimes I go into the film room, I'll be like, man, what did I do wrong? Did I do this right? Or I would already know what I did wrong the day of. And just, you know, as you get older from college to professional, it becomes a little more difficult because now at the professional level, what is the film room? So that's so after a football game, you know, we go into a meeting and we watch film, we watch the game, we rewatch the game and correct our mistakes. So as I got older, play professionally, it became tougher because now your livelihood, okay, you may get cut from the team. Those are things that are all going through your head. You may get cut from the team, or if you're a player that's on cusp of making the team, now it becomes difficult. Now you're thinking about, well, I only caught one pass in practice today. I only threw 3 footballs in practice today. I only made one play. All those things go through your mind because you don't know what they're thinking or wanting to do. And that affects you mentally because now when you get cut or the team says, well, you did everything we asked, but we're going to move forward. Well, if I did everything you asked, then why am I not making the team? That doesn't make sense. So they don't really explain. I think it's important to have a personal relationship with your players, regardless if it's business. It's understanding the player because you want to help them grow. And I truly believe in this era, in this time, the kids, the people, they need to grow. Especially with the college athletes, you know, getting paid for their appearances or whatever they're doing now. They need guidance because now it's more pressure. Now they have money before the pros. Now more pressure because they may meet more people. They may be more at events, be at more events. They may do more things now where they're in front of people. So now it's more pressure because the expectation of them is to go perform at all times. So sometimes, you know, as an athlete, we're not going to perform at our best, but that's everyday life. You're not going to perform at your best. You may have a day where you're not performing at your best. You may have a day where your business isn't performing that week. You may have a day where conversations aren't what you want. But you have to understand that it's okay. and show yourself grace in what you're doing. Business, relationship, friendships, marriage, even with your finances, if it's not going right, even with jobs, just being grace, showing yourself grace and being grateful for what you do have. So grace and being grateful, just understanding yourself. Be kind to yourself, love yourself for who you are, because you're not perfect, and it's okay to not be perfect. So we do have a guest here. He should be coming on in a moment. There he is. We have special guest Shannon Myart. Yes, sir. He is the chair of sports and mental health for Minority Psychology Network. He also possesses a master's in sports administration education. So thank you, Shannon, for being here. I appreciate you. We do have conversations, and we had a conversation last night. So I'm just grateful that he's on here, that he's on this show, and that he's a part of something great, because he's great himself.
Thank you, Diondre. I appreciate you for having me on. This is definitely a great opportunity, a great honor to be on this show with you, and I'm looking forward to having this conversation. I think there's a lot of convo that needs to be had, a lot of dialogue, especially amongst not just athletes, but Black athletes, male and men and women. So yeah, I'm definitely excited to see what we're about to go through for this talk.
Definitely. So Shannon used to play college football too. So he knows the experience of an athlete and playing as an athlete. It's just amazing. I just want him to tell us about himself. Tell everybody about yourself, where you're from, what you do. Just go ahead and give a basis or foundation of who you are, so we understand you better.
Okay. Well, to start off, like I said, my name is Shannon. I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois. I actually grew up a baseball player before I even got to college football. Before I even thought about stepping on the football field, uh, my whole life was baseball. From the age of 3, when my grandmother put a baseball in my hand, and as early I can remember, as early as 3 years old, going outside with her with the big red bat, yellow bat, baseball or wiffle ball, and her actually coming out and throwing to me, and me actually getting in, batting practice and whatnot. So, that just it just reinforced or just nurtured that hunger in me to pursue, you know, continue to play baseball, because such a it was such a dear sport close to my grandmother's heart. At least that's what I interpret. So I think that's what fostered my love for baseball. Going through elementary school, the only thing that I would do after school, before school, after school, in school. Sometimes I might get in trouble for it. My mom probably didn't know about that, but she might. If she sees this, she might know it now. But I used to have a baseball glove, and in my baseball in class, I used to toss the ball up in the air, when the teacher wasn't around. I used to have it in my locker. I go out there, grab the ball, have it in my hand, going through school, and just thinking about, how am I gonna, beat this team, or what am I gonna do this time to improve my performance. It was just those things where we didn't have the resources. We didn't have, high school. My high school, we didn't have a weight room. So we were just going off of pure, talent, just grit and grind, figuring out whatever it was we could, within our own abilities to contribute to what we could do as a team. So, that was me going through high school, and, learning to have, how to cope with, not being on a winning team sometimes. That taught me a valuable lesson in not just sports, but just life. Sometimes you don't win all the time. You lose. You have to learn how to lose with grace. You got to learn how to lose, and gain the lessons that come with losing, and being able to appreciate, the things to come back around, and prepare yourself for the next time that opportunities come around. So just all of those things, played a particular part of my life, while growing up in Chicago. Just learning how to, maneuver, with people. Just learning how to, how to game plan, things of that nature. So, that's just a small piece of what's been going on through, my life after, living in Chicago. I have my bachelor's degree in exercise science kinesiology from Western Illinois
Yes.
University. Tried to play football there, but it ended up, not working out. So, again, learning how to have patience, and, not winning at whatever it is that you want to have, whatever it is that you want to gain. That's one of the things that, from my earlier days, helped me cope with those events. Because I have friends that will tell you that, every time that I didn't get a chance to do what it was that I wanted, they would see it on my face. It was just written all over. So, but I managed to, actually get close to, playing football when I moved down from Chicago, Illinois to Wichita Falls, Texas, being able to, take all of the things that I learned throughout my life and bring it down to Midwestern State University football. Shout out to my guys, Damo, Big Rob, man, my cousin Josh, all of y'all. They help foster, other things in me to help learn how to be on a team. When I actually got on a team, it was, it's just a brotherhood that, it's indescribable. So, for those that I just shouted out, I love all y'all. For those that I didn't, and y'all know who y'all are that helped me out. I love it, man. But yeah, that's where I got my master's in sport administration, education, and right now I'm out here in Dallas working for the city of DeSoto as a recreation coordinator for our senior population out here.
For sure. That's dope, bro. Yeah, what you said was just the patience. You know what I mean? The patience, and that's the trial. That's the verse that I spoke about earlier. Even though it didn't work out, I just feel like God had bigger plans, and that's the same for myself. Me playing in the NFL maybe wasn't the best thing that He had for me. The best thing He had for me was after. So after something else, and something else after football. And I know one of my master coaches in California, and I just want to say thank you to my mom, my dad, my pastors, all of them. Pastor Carlton Delano Leonard, Pastor Lalita Leonard, my mom, my dad that lives in Trinidad. But the master coach, he told me, her name's Sylvia High. She said, DeAndre, you are your second NFL. So when I thought about that, I'm like, wow, I am my second NFL, because that's me. I am my second NFL. I didn't need the NFL to be my end all be all. I am the second NFL. I am the NFL. This is DeAndre, and I'm going to do everything that God set out for me to do, and that He wants me to do, and that He has for me. So when I heard that, it just changed my perspective, and it just made things even better for me. But I want to know what you do with MPN. We all want to know what you do with the Minority Psychology Network, and how important is sports and mental health tied in together? How is it important? And what do you do to help the community? And what do you do for your own mental health? And you can take your time, however you want to answer. I think we got about 7 minutes, 6 minutes, but just answer it how you want to answer it, man. Just let it flow and let it go, and let the people know who you are and what it means to you.
Okay, yeah, definitely can't leave out the Minority Psychology Network. Right now, I serve as their chair for their sport and mental health committee. You know, we DeAndre is a part of that group as well. So what we do specifically within sport and mental health, uh, we 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 kind of well we not kind of but we 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 look for we strive to reduce stigma around mental health already as is. But you know, in sports and mental health, we take a look at minority athletes on all educational levels. You know, elementary school, high school, college, professional, and see how they maneuver through their athletic journeys before, during, or after their athletic journey. So, DeAndre, like you said, you know, like your master teacher told you, you know, being your own second, you know, your second NFL. That's something that or I as myself, we try to foster within minority athletes, no matter what you know, what the outcome is. You know, uh, you can be in all high school players always, you know, they're all looking for that big break to make it to, you know, professional ranks. But you know, we're always you know, slowing them down, letting them know that, hey, you know, sometimes it might not work out. Sometimes it does. If it does, cool. If it doesn't, we're here to let you know that, you know, this is not your end all be all. Like you said,
Right, right, right,
you
right.
have the ability to go outside of your jersey and learn about who you are as a person, uh, who, you know, what your interests are outside of sports. It can even still be in sports. Like myself, I wanted to, you know, go professional, you know, with whether baseball or football. And I knew in the back of my mind that even though, you know, if things may not pan out, I still have an interest for something similar that's in the realm of sports. So I stuck around without sticking around, if you know what I'm saying. But
Right.
yeah, as far as what I do for my mental health, um, you know, I take these times, like I was thinking about it before I got on this call. I was listening to my body or whatnot, and you know, you get those, you know, those pre-show jitters or those pre-game jitters, you know, things of that nature.
Right.
Uh, I thought about those, and I started thinking about the techniques that I tend to use. So, what I use, you know, before practice, you know, baseball or football, I would, you know, go to a corner, sit and talk, you know, talk to myself. You know, internally, let myself know that, hey, you've been here before. Uh, this is nothing new. Keep going. You know, you got it. You know, just giving yourself little pep talks like that, and then hopping
For
on and, you know,
sure.
being able to do, you know, what you do. But that's just a small portion of, uh, you know, being able to have, you know, to practice self care. Uh, you know,
Exactly.
as a person or athlete, you can do all of these things. You can take 5 or 10 minutes and meditate. You can turn the lights out, meditate, do, you know, slow breathing techniques, being conscious of your breath, and just learning how to slow down and articulate your words, or, you know, whatever it is that you feel. I feel like that's another thing. Mental health tactics are uh, they're not just cut out for everybody. You know what it is
Right.
that you love to do, uh, what it is that you love to do to calm yourself down and prepare yourself for the right, you know, for the situation. That's what works for
Right.
you, and that's what I
For
encourage.
sure.
That's what we encourage.
Well, thank you, Shannon. We appreciate you. That wraps up our time. Hopefully, we can come up with an event called Outside of the Jersey. I like what you said, so just keep that in mind and write it down. So we thank you, Shannon Mayar, for being a guest. Like, comment, and subscribe and share UME Radio to the people out there in the world. Thank you and have a blessed day. Thank you all.
The name of my book is Reborn. And Reborn is a story, a personal story about my journey from a place of despair to fulfilling God's purpose in my life. I have gone through a lot of challenges, a lot of, things that happened to me in my childhood all the way to my adulthood. And the Lord impressed on my heart to write my story, to share with others. Because, one thing about me, I'm transparent. And I believe when you share your testimony is to help somebody else get out of their situation. Because a lot of us go through a lot of changes, a lot of challenges in life. Especially, I grew up in the church world, a very strict environment, very religious environment. And it had a lot of, stressors in my life. I didn't know who I was as a little girl. I grew up with parents. My father was a pastor, and I was totally lost in this church world. I didn't know who I was, or if I was worth anything, or if I had any type of purpose in life. So my vision about God was so warped because I never thought God loved me the way they presented it. So I was a very lonely young lady. I had a lot of low self-esteem. So I was just really trying to maneuver and to find my way, through life. So it was God who helped me through the process, even though I wasn't focusing on Him as much. I want to share something, and chapter 2, page 17, Forsaken. I just want to read a little excerpt of it. And it says, in 1975, as I attended middle school and the family moved to a large 4-bedroom apartment building, was at this situation things began to worsen for me. For instance, I was punished a lot. At times I never understood why. My father never believed that Christians told lies. For instance, if someone from the church would report to him that they saw me somewhere and was doing something wrong, I would deny it. However, I would be told that I was a liar and receive the beating for it. So I became so tired of constantly being blamed and beaten for situations where I didn't have any idea. So I tried harder to be good, but notice each time I tried, it wasn't enough. And I realized that each time I would speak things, my mother would tell me to be quiet. And after a while, she developed a resentment to me. And, so I struggled a lot to be a part of a family. I struggled a lot to be seen. I struggled a lot to be loved. And this book is to help others who are struggling to find out who they are and find out their identity and who they are in God and whose they are, because it's so important to find who you are, you find yourself, because once you know who you are and knows whose you are in God, your life changes, and then you're on a path where you're evolving and growing and building, and you are increasing in self-esteem. And the more you understand yourself, is the better you are how to handle situations in your life and even handle people, to work with people and to really learn how to be empathetic, learn how to, reach out in some way, shape, or form, and to be where, can be there in the moment with that person, because you understand where they're coming from, because you see a lot of what they're being challenged with is the same thing that you were dealing with in the past. So when God delivered me, I was able to share this story in order to help others to heal. I'm coming from someplace, a place of darkness. A new me came forth, and I'm like, God, this is a powerful title, because it sends a message, that when God rejuvenates your life, it's like you're into a new person, you're very different. It's like you're starting over again from scratch. It's like, wow, it's a new day, a new dawn. So this title was so fitting for my journey and where I came from.
All right, guys, welcome to Entertainment Now. How are you guys? You guys missed this? Thanks for joining us for Entertainment Now. Let's go beyond the music, dance, box office, and thrills that flow from the entertainment industry to get deeper and more meaningful insights into the minds and hearts of the players. And today we have two hot topics that I want to switch and, get a clear focus view on it. How do you guys like that? Okay, focus view. Let's change our view. Yeah. So the first hot topic that I want to talk to you guys about is Lauren London opens up on boundaries on the Red Table Talk. And we're going to scroll down, and both of these articles are thanks to blackamericaweb.com. So I want to say shout out to them. Thank you so much. And I want to dive deep on this. And our next story, because they kind of somewhat relate to each other. And let's dive in. So in the newest episode, Lauren London was on. Lauren London discusses the struggle of saying no. There's issues with codependency, anxiety, and more. Plus, best-selling author and popular therapist Deidre Glover-Twaib shares the 5 types of key boundaries. We have emotional, material, physical, sexual, and intellectual. She says, for me, setting boundaries is new. When I was younger, I was okay with being in conflict about my boundaries. But now as I got older, I'm like, oh, there's a way to say things. And learning how to have peaceful boundaries, London says early in the episode. Jada also opened up about her own issues with setting boundaries, saying, with me, I get angry if you make me a set boundary. I get angry at you. Isn't that crazy? So now you're putting me in a position that I gotta tell you to, give me 50 feet. You couldn't see that? I definitely realize that it is a huge weakness of mine and has definitely played into a lot of relationship issues. Guys, what do you guys think about having boundaries, setting boundaries? I think a comment just passed by. I'm not sure. If it did, can we pull it up one more time so I can read it? But how do you feel about setting boundaries, the importance of having boundaries in any other type of relationship? We have Set and Brownie that says, yep, boundaries are so very important. Exactly. Do you struggle with boundaries? Is it with friends? Is it a relationship? Is it with your own parents? And with that being said, we're gonna continue this conversation, but that also leads to our next hot topic in regards to parents, where Will Smith, I didn't mean to put Jada and Will, I didn't mean to put that together, that was not purposeful. But Entrepreneurs Aloud says, without boundaries, people abuse their access to you. Exactly. Our next hot topic with Will Smith in regards to Will Smith shares more stunning excerpts from his memoir. And it says that from his memoir, contemplated killing his own father. Excuse me. Again, this is from blackamericaweb.com. And as we scroll, it says, in the past few days, the versatile entertainer has shared a lot about his own journey in his upcoming book. The latest excerpt made public opens up about the situation that emerged as he starred in the 1993 film 6 Degrees of Separation as Paul Boitier, a young black man who endears himself to a wealthy white couple played by Donald Sutherland and Stockard Channing. His character in the film initiates an affair with Channing's character, and as Smith writes, those feelings developed as the camera shut down as he committed to remaining in character. This impacted the marriage to his first wife, Cherie, heavily. Cherie and I in this quote, Cherie and I were in the first few months of our marriage with a brand new baby, and for Cherie, I can imagine that this experience was unsettling, to say the least, he writes. She married a guy named Will Smith, and now she was living with a guy named Paul Poirier. And to make matters worse, during shooting, I fell in love with Shahar Channing. The second expert speaks about his relationship with his late father, Willard Carroll Smith Sr., and how despite the elder being highly involved in his life, he still saw his violent side. When I was 9 years old, I watched my father punch my mother in the side of the head so hard that she collapsed. I saw her spit blood, he writes. His parents split when he was younger, but Smith never shook the feelings of rage. They would arise again in a dark manner as he cared for his father near the end of his life. One night, as I delicately wheeled him from his bedroom toward the bathroom, a darkness arose within me. The path between two rooms goes past the top of the stairs. As a child, I always told myself that I would one day avenge my mother, he writes. I could shove him down and easily get away with it. As the decades of pain, anger, and resentment coursed, then receded, I shook my head and proceeded to wheel Daddy-O to the bathroom. Guys, I know this is really two deep topics, and I know some comments were popping up on the screen. Can you pull those up? Because I was just reading the article for you guys. So pull those up, and I'll read them off again. Okay, Satin Brownie says boundaries are so very important. Very, very true. We have entrepreneurs loud saying, without boundaries, people abuse their access to you. Yes. Coach Raquel saying boundaries is your abilities to protect your energy, mind, and security. How do you protect your energy? What boundaries have you set? People will only respect the boundaries you set and uphold for yourself. Exactly. A lot of people get scared hurting other people's feelings. And that's the thing. I think, we got more coming in. Coach Raquel saying, but those people will not hesitate to upset yours, and they are right. Yep. Entertainment says, oh, wow. Yes, was that in regards to the Will Smith? I think a lot of black men have range, undercover rage, just an opinion. Yes, they have just not been spared a lot of pain. Yes, and if we're talking from the black community, I think, in regards to Get Fit with Diondre and mental health and relates to black men, I think a lot of black men in the community, as we have the stigma of therapy and help, and I feel like a lot of that pain, a lot of that anger that black men have specifically could also be with black women, but I think we sometimes tend to share a little bit more than the men, is that you look at the man and they could be 50, 60, 70 years old, but Will Smith, just like he said, that I was that 9-year-old boy. And I feel like a lot of men, if they don't seek help, if they don't open up their feelings, that's the basis of it, is that you're 50 years old physically and somewhat in a certain part of your brain mentally, but spiritually, that soul, that other part of your brain that's nagging at you, you're not 50, you're a 9-year-old boy that's trapped. You know what I'm saying? That 9-year-old boy, that little child, that childhood being that we have in ourselves, it doesn't go away. We just age, but everything and anything that happened in our childhood, it stays with us. It stays with us, and we either learn how to grow with it in a positive aspect or in a negative aspect. And we're going to look at the focus view with Will Smith in regards to that. He had that choice. He said it himself. He could have done this and avenged his mother. He did not to. Are you going to succumb to those dark feelings? Or are you going to say, okay, Coach Raquel said 100%. Yes, you are spot on, Jesse. I experienced this with men, and we operated in an inauthentic mode. Right. And we go on through life thinking, oh yeah, I'm 50, I'm 60, I'm 70, I'm old, I'm wise. Are you? Are you? Because the 20-something-year-old that has dealt with the problems, went through therapy, knows who they are themselves, and then could go to a higher level, could be more wise than you because you're stuck. I mean, and we live in a digital age of where everything is at our fingertips. You know, you could go to the library if you want. You got your phone. I got my phone. You know, everything is right here at our hands and feet. And there's therapists online too. If you can't, you know, for whatever reason, see one in person or don't feel comfortable talking to someone in person, and want to start an online relationship first, you could do that as well. Um, uh, and I feel like it's so needed in the community. We say, I believe some use God or their view of him to mask the truths that haunt them, so they don't have to do the hard work. So they don't have to do the hard work to underneath the pain. Yes, and you know what I love, Satin, that you said that. People love to grow. God loves to separate us when we have to grow, right? But people don't know to grow, you got to go through pain. That's why it's called growing pains. When you grow, as you grow, what happens? Your teeth falls out when you're little, right? Does it hurt for your teeth to come out? Those baby teeth, it hurts. Okay, that pain that children have when their new teeth are growing in, that hurts. When we're growing older, you got little aches and pains, you getting older, or if you're going through puberty, your voice changing, this is growing, this is doing whatever, it still hurts, you know? And we have to go through those pains spiritually and emotionally. We got to sit with ourselves. And sometimes God separates us during a time. It could be 6 months, it could be a year, it could be 2 years, to separate everyone and anyone from your life. Really, to dig deep in you and be like, okay, this next level, they're going to come back to your life. I'm not saying get rid of them, but this time right now, you need to focus on you. Focus on you and set your own and set boundaries. Just like Lauren London says. Diondre says, yes, we have Satin Brownie that also says, as I sit here listening to you talk about the stories, it hits me that we have these expectations of parents, self, and people around us when truly people are here to support us, but God ultimately decides what happens. Yes, God ultimately decides what happens. Can I tell you a brief thing in regards to separation in my own personal? Is that okay for me to share this real quick for you guys? How much time we have left? Because I know I want to also share. Producers, we got time real quick? I think we do. Okay. So, what I want to share with you guys is why I'm here. Okay. We do have times. We have another comment that says growing pains, growing out of your old pain will cause pain, but it's releasing the old pain. Exactly, DeAndre. Okay, we got time. So God separated me during a time of COVID when things looked all over the place. Okay. And I knew when I was at a certain job into the new year. Yes, DeAndre. I knew when I was at a certain job that this was done. Like I was only going to be here for a year because I couldn't take it. And then COVID happened. And I was sitting and praying and thinking that, yes, I know something new, something's bigger is coming, but I don't know what. I took a leap and applied to a fellowship program, which is really a master's level program in my field in eye care. And I said, you know what? What's the chances of me getting in when this is during COVID at its height? And, you know, schools could be like accepting submission. I was kind of really late in my submission. And within a month, I submitted my application. The director said, okay, we're still accepting applications. We haven't found people. Looked at my resume. She said, don't worry about getting my bachelor's degree transcript right away. I know that could take some time. Let's do an interview. Within a month, I got all of that and found out that I got accepted to a program. 8 hours away from where I live. I didn't have a car or anything like that, but I just want you guys to know that when God separates you, it's for a reason. It's to find your purpose. It's to develop who you are. And right now in this segment, and every entertainer right now, we want to develop the artists. Every artist out there that is watching, we want to develop you. So I want to dive deep into everyentertainer.com right now. And we could continue the conversation after. So if you make this bigger for me, Okay, and as we scroll down, let's go to the About section and let's read a little bit about everyentertainer.com. So as we scroll down, get me here? Yeah, okay. So we're going to go to the About Me. There we go. All right, so About Me. Audition, 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 audition. Are you ready to showcase your talent on the most effective platform to get you heard and seen by your fans, to become the next talked about artist online? Let me tell you what you guys are going to win. Every entertainer, artist, listen up. The winner will receive a promotional package, production deal. You got a website, a marketing team, spotlight interviews, branding, YouTube channel. We know how important that is, a video, and much, much more. We're looking for cover tune, original tune, and a cappella. Bring your winning voice, fees included. And we're going to dive a little bit deeper, but let's get to some testimonials first. We're happy to be a part of this project because we want to positively change lives. UMERADIO.com, we have, if we can help one emerging talent find their place as a digital entrepreneur, let's do it. And our third one we had, before it was about the fame, but now it's about purpose. We were just talking about that and helping them. And let's get into our get started. So how are we going to get started, guys? This is how. So sign up to begin. So this is continuously happening, okay? This is not one strict date of when you could sign up, but real quick, what you'll do first step is pay your sign up fee and let's go. You'll create your EE profile and look like a pro. And every episode, guys, I'm going to dive deeper into each one of these steps, okay? We also have create and submit new IG profile handle, create and submit new YouTube account, and join Facebook group and introduce yourself and submit entry. All right, so let's dive deep into the first step to pay and sign up fee, and let's go. Bear with us, guys. You know, you got a little circle cue, Okay, so real quick, the sign up fee is only $5. How many you got? You got $5? You got $5? Okay, sign up. And you just have your details, you know, standard email address, you know, first name, last name, country, all of that. And this is international, guys, okay? So don't be afraid. You could also, let's go open to click your EE profile. This is EE profile, is every entertainer profile. And when you make your profile, you're able to connect with all the other members, leave comments, and so much more. And it's super easy to do that. You could log in, you could use your Google account, you could use Facebook, or you can use an email address if you would like. And we're going to go into our IG. Right, guys. So once you click that link, you're able to connect with every entertainer. Follow them on all those social media platforms, subscribe, and connect with your IG. I like the background on that. And create and submit your own YouTube channel. We know how, important YouTube is, guys, to have your own platform. So you want to make sure that you have that ready to go, and we'll dive deep into more details as other episodes air. And last but not least, we have join our Facebook group. And Facebook group, you know, you want to get connected with all the other contestants, even the judges, guys. And what I love about this is that it is such a powerful platform for the underdogs, for the underdog artists, guys. We know you have all the popular ones, but really I think the beauty of music is those that aren't seen. All right, and you want to audition and win a $3,000 deal. This ain't no joke. We are not joking here, okay? We are not joking. Every new episode of Every Entertainer is on Saturdays, 9 a.m. on UME Radio. You're going to step 1, sign up and create your artist profile. Step 2, submit your entry before the deadline. Step 3, get your fans to vote for you. And last but not least, step 4, win a promotion deal worth $3,000. Guys, who isn't about that? Who is not about that? So if you know every singer, beatboxer, every type of entertainer in regards to artistry, get them connected to everyentertainer.com. Start now. You could sign up anytime you want, but start now. $5 entry fee, guys, and I absolutely love it. If you guys are an entertainer, you know of anyone, comment in the comment section down below. What do you do? What type of music are you guys into? Okay, are you gospel? Are you R&B? Are you gospel? Are you R&B? Are you, blues, jazz kind of thing? Are you old school with little Etta James? Let me know. I love to hear you guys get started. And I know from the previous Hot Topics, we had some comments I did not read. So if we could pull those up real quick. I just want to share those comments with you guys as well. Okay, we have Satin Brownie that says, as I sit here listening to you talk about the stories, it hits me that we have these expectations of parents, self, and people around us. Yes, when truly people are here to support. Entrepreneurs in Loud says, yet we love God and pour out our all to Him and hate who are suffering just as we are. It's amazing. Yes. Yes, completely. Yes, guys. So that being said, I absolutely love these two topics. Tell me more about the competition, please. Okay, sure. No problem, Entrepreneurs Aloud. Give me 1 second here. 1 second. Okay, so the competition, guys, what it's all about is that here on UME Radio and our sponsored everyentertainer.com, we want to showcase positive talent and positive artistry and entertainers. And we're all about building your network as an artist. Okay, many artists say they have X amount of followers. Could be 10,000, could be 20,000, but how many of them would actually buy a ticket to the show? How many of them actually have a production team, someone that's able with marketing, someone that is able to digitally teach them step by step how to build an actual platform? Okay, if you guys don't know, on social media, you could have 10,000. Diondre, you know someone? Okay. His friend Paris. Okay, get Paris connected. Everyentertainer.com. Big P House on iTunes. Let him know. Let him know as well about Every Entertainer. But it's open to all artists as long as you're 18 years and older, guys. And it's about building the platform, because you could have 20,000 followers on whether it's, let's say, Instagram, for example. But did you know only 10% of them actually you should at least have only 10% of them actually at least get the memo that, hey, I just posted something, or I did a video, that kind of thing. But how many people are actually interacting with your posts? How many people interact with you? Okay, because people only join you and want to consume the product that you have when they get to know who you are. So you have to build a platform. And the reason why Every Entertainer is for this, if you can open up the screen one more time, is because it is building that platform. And I want to show you guys again what you guys get with Every Entertainer. You have an audition and win deal, win $3,000 deal. And I want to go again over the steps. In order to do so, you have to sign up and create your artist profile, submit your entry fee before the deadline, get your fans to vote for you, and step 4, win a promotion deal worth $3,000. So if we go to get started, we're going to dive a little bit deeper into it when we have all the steps there. So the first step you have to do, guys, if you guys know people you want them to get started, have them go to www.everyentertainer.com, slash get started, or the little button there, get started, and you see that very first link, pay your sign up fee and let's go. You'll click on that pay now, and the sign up fee is $5. Okay? And can we go over real quick a little bit more of the details of some of what the $3,000 package prize includes? So you guys know we are not playing. We are not playing, okay? So what the winner will receive of the $3,000 deal package prize we have is a production deal, your website, a marketing team that is very important, spotlight interviews. You know, you guys can come on the show. I can interview guys, bring your message out, bring your music out, branding, YouTube channel, a video, and much, much more, okay? We're looking for, if you got covers, original tunes, or acapella, hear your voice. We want you guys to be the voice. And with that, we have some time, running out of time, so let's get into our spotlight for today.
Helping to make dreams become a reality. That is her mission. Dr. Wanda Thomas is a boss at the podium and in the boardroom. She makes things happen, and today she'll be telling us about her latest invention, everyentertainer.com. This brand is designed to create success for artists, musicians, and entertainers through digital enterprising.
Well, thank you for that awesome introduction, and thank you for allowing me to be here as well, and seeing that I'm fit even for your show, because I know you guys do so much, and you make our dreams come true as well.
How did you fall in love with entertainment and promotion?
And it goes back to me trying to find my own way, wanting to be my own boss, be rich, you know, and then back then it was really about the money. It wasn't about the community. It wasn't that the community is the ones who come in to do the auditions, will allow me to make the money and sell the tickets. That's what it was about then. You know, we were in a different time then. You know, building fame and fortune. Yes, that's what it was. That's it. And it's more leading people now to find their purpose, to help them, their desires met, if you will.
Yeah.
So, and the talent, the wonderful talent that's out there. Not everybody makes American Idol. You got 6 billion people on the planet. Everybody don't make it to American Idol. Hopefully this will be a platform that will allow folks to really shine and take advantage of it.
I know everyentertainer.com is still in its incubation stage, but tell us the story behind it. Why an entertainment network for professionals in this industry?
This is the main thing I used to always get from entertainers. I will ask them a series of questions. I have a list of questions that I ask, and I will ask them, how many fans do you have? And they're like, well, I got 5,000, 10,000 people on Facebook, but are those your fans? Yeah, I got 10. I said, okay. How many will actually buy a ticket if you were to do a show? About 10. Well, there go your fans. I get that question all the time. I never get 100. Never. I never even get 50. I get about 10. And those 10 may be a good couple of friends and a family. So we already know there we got a lot of work, because now we got to start branding. It's going to showcase them. It's going to spotlight them. It's going to do things that they have not done, instead of just getting on Facebook and doing stuff live. And just, I watch people on Facebook just streaming live, just doing nothing on a video on their Facebook. You know, so here we are. We're going to stream live, and you're going to build additional fans to what you already have. You're going to build additional fans. You're going to build a buzz. You're going to build opportunity. You're going to build things that you didn't even think of or can imagine, because of their mindset of what they think digital marketing is, and how do I get 1 million hits on YouTube? It's not just put it up there and they come.
Thank you, Dr. Thomas. It was indeed a pleasure talking with you about something so inspirational.
The graveyard is full of treasure. Don't lay your head down or go to your next job thinking this is all it is. Continue to push the envelope. Continue to push yourself. Bring your dreams to life. You have it in you. Want to be the president? Obama showed you that. Be the president. There's work in it, but do the work. Don't expect things to come easy because it's not. If you do the work, you're guaranteed to succeed. You may get a couple of struggles, skin knees, little, bloody skin knees, but tears in your eyes. But don't give up, because everything I'm doing, that was my experience. Skin knees, tears in the eyes, giving up, discouraged, but something will keep pulling me back. And now today, everything is coming to fruition. And I thank God for all of it, for the strength. Because I could not have done it without the support and the love of family and friends, and the strength in my own ability that God had blessed me with to be determined and to be persistent. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. Words of wisdom, definitely.
Welcome to Wealth Mindset, a place where there is equal opportunity. A place where you decide, flourish, and commit. Where you have the freedom to be and thrive. Don't just fuel your passion, but walk in truth, in your divine purpose. Reap the rewards God has for you. Join us while we take a look inside the purpose mindset, where we look at business sense, money matters, coins and currency, and checks and balances. We talk about growing your network, net worth, and net income for your family and the community. Let's empower Black families and support UMERADIO.com. Don't also forget UDMIBrands.com and FamilyAllTheWay.com.
All right. Good morning. It is said that our lives are transformed when our minds are renewed. A wealthy life is therefore a product of a wealthy mindset. The Wealth Mindset is a show that seeks to renew the mind with proven principles and plans and philosophies that will establish the right paradigms for prosperity in all areas of life. With the Wealthy Mindset, entrepreneurs and wealth seekers will be empowered to activate, innovate, create, elevate, and serve in order to thrive, not just survive. We will inspire people of color to create wealth, to leave an inheritance for their children's children, and a legacy in them, a legacy that creates a new generation of wealthy mindsets. Good morning again, everyone. My name is Marsha Gay Miles, and welcome to our show, Wealth Mindset. I'm a digital entrepreneur, and I am from Jamaica. So I'm literally building a digital business and a digital portfolio from Jamaica to the world, right? And it is my pleasure to be here to share with everyone the wealth mindset. Now, I lead a global movement as well of entrepreneurs and wealth seekers, and I have identified in leadership, there is a common factor that plagues the majority. One rivals financial illiteracy, in my opinion. It rivals financial illiteracy, and that is a weak wealth mindset, a weak, W-E-A-K, wealth mindset. And that even affected me. So how do you know that you have a weak wealth mindset? Well, here is a huge clue. If you have been learning, if information has been coming your way, if you have been educated, if you know that already, you know those persons that say, I know that already. I know I'm supposed to. I know. But you're not doing it. You're not taking action. You're not implementing. You're not seeing that transformation in the results in your life. That is the biggest indicator of the fact that you have a weak wealth mindset. And so this show is really tailored to help you to identify it, to be aware of it, and it seeks to develop your mindset. So once your mind is properly set, you will be set up for a wealthy future, because that is what we all desire. So welcome again to the Wealth Mindset Show. Now, the hot topics for this week on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, I have named this topic the legacy legend. So I know everybody on this planet knows who Kobe Bryant is. This man is a legend in his game, in his field. God rest his soul. He has impacted so many lives. He has inspired so many. The Black community has been uplifted by his presence, and we are grateful. But what happened just this week has just blown our minds. You see, this basketball legend was also a very savvy investor. A savvy investor. We already know statistically, so many sports icons and legends have made million-dollar deals and contracts, and then years after their retirement, they're broke. Not Kobe Bryant. And what has happened is that his estate of generational wealth just became even wealthier. According to blackenterprise.com, Kobe Bryant made a $6 million investment, acquiring 10% of the sports drink Body Armor back in March 2014. 2014, guys. That's 7 years ago. And this Monday, 7 years and some months later, Coca-Cola, the mega giant in beverages, right, announced that, hey, we are going to be purchasing the remainder of this company. So what you need to know is that Coca-Cola had 15%. Kobe had 10, right? And other owners were involved. And Coca-Cola said, listen, we want the whole company. So they are going to buy out the rest of the company. But because this company over the last 7 years has grown in value, Kobe's $6 million investment that bought him 10% 7 years ago, 7 years later, he is now going to be receiving $400 million. Let me repeat that. You invested $6 million. 7 years later, you're getting $400 million from that transaction. I did the math. I'm an engineer. That's my background. I'm a math lover. And of course, I'm an investor myself. And I said, wait a minute. That's almost a 7,000% return on investment. Like, that is phenomenal. How many people here are willing to invest for 7 years knowing they're going to be getting a 7,000% return? Or for easy math, would you have invested 7 years ago knowing that you're going to be reaping, right, a few hundred times your investment? Here we go, entertainment now. Some people do not invest and want returns right away. Real investors understand what it takes. Yes, absolutely correct. Now, I'm so impressed, but what also just touched my heart, blessed me in such a phenomenal way, was the legacy aspect of it. The generational wealth, because the article literally said his generational wealth portfolio increased. That simply means that, of course, his wife that has inherited his estate, his children that have inherited his estate, they are now reaping the benefits of a father that was wise enough to leave an inheritance for his children's children. This is literally what it looks like, ladies and gentlemen. Legacy. You see, Satin Brown is saying we don't understand legacy. We understand paying bills. We only value or prioritize the now. The now. Of course, Kobe could have taken that $6 million US 7 years ago, bought a house, bought a fancy car,
went on a lavish vacation, rented a yacht. How much money per night was it that they claimed that Beyonce and Jay-Z rented that yacht out they went on for the summer? Like, those are the things that some people are doing with their money. And by the way, I'm not knocking Beyonce and Jay-Z because they're another level. You see, what they spend on that yacht is a very small percentage. So we have to understand apples with apples here. But Kobe was thinking future. Kobe was thinking inheritance, legacy, wealth, and generational wealth. And today, his children legitimately, literally, in every possible way, may never have to worry about money again. $400 million. Let me just say, let us say it's just split up. There's the wife and I think 3 of his children that remain. Imagine each of them, let us say it's split evenly. Each of them now have 100 mil. Each of them now have 100 mil. And that was from one investment. His estate had so much more. This is a conversation that we need to be paying attention to because this is an example that we need to be following. Every single person, regardless of your age, your stage, your background, your race, your sex, like women, single women, we understand the demographics, we understand the statistics. You as well, single women, need to be putting things in place so that your children and their children are set up. You can do that. Now, it is a perfect time to parlay and pivot into our guest and the conversation we're going to be having with my guest and the interview this morning, because we're speaking about the generational wealth. Now, I know a couple of you are listening and reading the article. You probably heard it on the news, and I already know what some people have said. I don't have $6 million like Kobe Bryant. I don't have that kind of money to invest so that I can get 400 million. So it doesn't make sense. I already know that's where so many people are, their mindsets are. How do I know that? I was once there. I was once one of those persons that thought I needed that amount to achieve the goals I desired. But that is not how investment is. That's just a huge misconception. That's why this show exists, so that we can be educating and changing the mindsets of the masses. So absolutely, Entrepreneurs Aloud are saying we need to stop lying to ourselves. Yes, self-talk. Self-talk comes from self-thoughts. And that mindset is saying we can't. We do not live in truth, especially when it comes to ownership. That is so true. So thank you all for, listening and sharing. And I'm 100% sure as persons watch this recording, they're going to be really starting to think. And that's the intention. Start thinking about why have I been thinking wrong about investing and about legacy and about generational wealth. Now I'm going to be inviting my guest for this morning to the conversation, and we're going to go right into it because, as I said, there's so many persons that are thinking generational wealth. I need $6 million like Kobe Bryant. That's a lie.
That's a lie.
Would you believe, right? I'm getting right to you, Lakem. Would you believe that just a few, like even like $50 a month, like $20 a month could set up your children's children for when you are no longer here? It's mind-blowing, and you're thinking that's impossible. It's not. Now, the guest I have this morning is Mr. Lakem Wright. He is right here from Kingston, Jamaica. He's actually a wealth advisor and insurance agent with one of the largest insurance companies and financial services companies right here in Kingston, Jamaica. And of course, I have to add, he says he's with the #1 branch in the company as well. We have to speak about it, #1. So he is definitely aiming to be #1 in the #1. And he is here to speak about insurance and how insurance is your ticket to generational wealth. Right, Lakem?
Right. That's correct. That's correct, Marsha.
Absolutely. So welcome to the Wealth Mindset Show. First of all, I would love to hear from you in your own words. What is generational wealth? What does that mean to you?
Okay, generational wealth. Sometimes, again, we get fixated on the amount, as you were saying before. Not everybody can invest on $6 million, and it can balloon to $400 million that you can leave for your estate. for me, generational wealth is all about the transferring, right? We get fixated on the amount, but not the transfer, because it doesn't even matter how much you accumulate, right, in your life, in your lifetime. It matters what you are able to transfer to the next generation, right? Because a lot of people have gotten very rich, but they weren't able to set up their portfolio in a way that it could be transferred, the estate could be transferred, right? So for me, generational wealth is all about gaining capital, right, and assets, and organize it in a particular way that you can then transfer to the next generation.
Absolutely. I agree. And that's even broader than what I was imagining, because as you spoke a while ago, I'm thinking, hold on, all assets, all estates, set up all your estate to be transferred. Sheesh, that in itself is a whole session. Okay, but let's keep it moving.
Yes,
all right. So Lakem, I want to know, was that something you are a recipient of? Like, was there a transfer that came in, you know, from your family, from, you know, maybe somebody, your father's father, your mother's mother? Were you blessed in that kind of a way?
Well, I wasn't blessed in the sense that I was not a direct recipient of generational wealth. But what happens is that the mindset, right? My parents always instill that, okay, right, we weren't the recipient of generational wealth like that. But at the end of the day, what we want to do is to ensure that when we pass, we're able to pass on wealth to you, such as property. And at the end of the day, they have passed on this mindset to me. So at the end of the day, I have set up myself in a manner that in the event that even I was to pass, I could be able to pass on generational wealth. Right. So at the end of the day, it's not even about that you're not a recipient of it. Right. It's about your mindset. Again, this is the Wealth Mindset Show. Right. I want to develop that mindset that we put ourselves in a position where we can help the next generation.
Strong. That's a strong response. And it reminds me of, I heard a quote once that an inheritance is what you leave for your children, but a legacy is what you leave in them. And what you leave in people is mindset. So that's so strong. But I know that your specialty now, you know, based on your profession, you're in insurance. How is insurance a tool for the average person? You know, as we said, $6 million US, you may not have it. You know, let's come to Jamaica, $6 million Jamaican dollars. You may not have it. Right?
That's true.
For the international folk of the conversation, 6 million Jamaican is like 50,000 US, right?
Yeah,
like,
around that.
Many people don't have that. How can someone who is not even touching near to that, how can the average person set up generational wealth? Through insurance.
Okay, so insurance is one of the tools, right? Probably the only tool that you can create an immediate estate, in the sense that you are able to, with a stroke of a pen, right, in the event that something was happening to you, God forbid, that you can guarantee that your family can have this amount of capital, all right? So it's the fastest way to create an estate. So even the poorest person out there, right, can have an estate that they can transfer, right? Another thing about is not just about life insurance, it's also about critical. We talked about amassing wealth, right? Yes. If you check what's the number one thing that bankrupts people, it's medical bills. So you want to get that disabled insurance, you want to get that critical illness insurance, because at the end of the day, you don't want to erode all those assets, all that capital that you have built, paying medical bills, because that will diminish the amount that you can transfer to the next generation.
So no, let's pause because that needs to be expounded. You are saying that you can create an estate, meaning you can have nothing and create something.
Yeah, you can have nothing. All the agreement with the insurance company is that, okay, once you pay your premiums, if something goes to happen to you, we can then, we guarantee that we pay out this to whoever your family members are, right? So that in itself is generational wealth, right?
Yes.
And again, on the other part that we touched about critical illness, which is very important, because at the end of the day, you can amass a lot of wealth, but it can be eroded through medical bills. So you want to cover your bases and protect your wealth.
So in one sense, it can enhance someone who already has. In another sense, it helps someone who doesn't have a thing to create. And then, of course, in both senses, with critical illness, it allows for you to protect what was created from either. Wow. Oh, I didn't.
That's right.
We keep having these riveting conversations. I'm like,
that's true.
What? I love it. Yes, go ahead.
And again, the thing about the insurance that's so important, I remember we talked about generational wealth, is the transferring aspect of it.
Okay.
Because your beneficiaries are on your policies, it's easy for it to be transferred to them, right? It's a lot more complicated to even transfer property or even securities, right, to somebody else, right? But it's so easy, right? All it takes is a stroke of a pen.
And I'm seeing a comment from one of our watchers, Jesse, saying there are different types of insurance plans, and starting early is the best.
That's true, Jess.
Awesome. And then, of course, we have another comment here from Satin Brownie. Yes, but also the investment of time, not just money. How to collaborate and consolidate to monetize, not just in money, but in time, affiliations, ideas. Because, you know, I was saying the other day, listen, you know, knowledge is the new currency. Ideas is the new currency. And imagine
financial literacy.
Come again, financial literacy.
Financial literacy, yeah.
The new currency. So imagine now, but it's, you know, let's just hold a second on that, because I'm now saying, listen to this. I am now having a conversation. We're collaborating. And through this collaboration, through this few moments of time, I have now been equipped to now go and say, wait a minute. And then the action I can take from this investment of my time, and whoever is listening can now take some action and go away. And then the entire future just changes just like that. The right association, the right information, the right collaborations. You just don't even know what it can do. Even if it's just a conversation like this, or the meeting of ideas that form a new business, you never know. So thanks for that comment, Satin Brownie. That was strong, strong, strong. Now, the last question for you, Lakem, is how do we now shift the way we think? So we're speaking about mindset, to be more accepting and receptive of investing and insurance in general. Because I'm sure that you have a lot of people that are just not appreciating, like a commenter said earlier, everybody's thinking about now. So when you're saying to them, you're setting this up for then, for children. So many people are resistant to that. What would you recommend? How do you recommend they think? And how do you now overcome this so that persons can have a renewed mind?
Okay, so a big problem is that, again, a lot of people who are not recipients of generational wealth tend to have it as an abstract concept and tend to live in the now, because they have not benefited from something that their grandparents have done, right? So that's the first issue that we have right there. We need to have that mindset and foster that culture, right? Again, we spoke about financial literacy. I feel that we are not teaching, especially the youngsters, right, about finances in a way. We're not showing them the time value of money, because what is happening is that it's all a numbers game. It's all a numbers game. And if you don't understand the numbers, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if I'm showing you the greatest thing in the world, you don't understand it, right? And at the end of the day, when you have ignorance, you're going to always feel like somebody's tricking you, right? Or a scam or so forth, right? And scams are very, they're out there a lot. So at the end of the day, it is going to take a very financial literate mind to can sift through the clutter. And how we're going to do this, again, change the mindset. Have to have this mindset. It's not about just now. Also, the way how we build families need to change. It's a bit chaotic, right? In the sense that it's not planned. So we can lay the foundations, because at the end of the day, I've spoken to clients and I've said to them, you plan on having children? And they say, yes. So at the end of the day, why are you waiting for when the children are here to start building the wealth, right? You're supposed to start the very day you had the conceived notion that you want a family. Is the first day you're supposed to have a conversation about wealth and about building that generational wealth they're going to pass on. Because again, as I said, it's not about the amount. It's about the transfer. Because at the end of the day, it could be a car, right? It could be a car that you transfer to the next generation, and that can save your grandchild from purchasing a car. That's a car payment that they don't have to pay, right? That can free up money that they can invest in themselves and can translate. So we get fixated on the level and the amount. Okay, I need to leave this splendorous amount. I want to be a Elon Musk or a Kobe. No, you need to just focus on your mindset and just allow that every asset that you have obtained, make it so go to whoever you need to go to, talk to your lawyer, talk to your wealth advisor. How can I make this easily transferable? Because at the end of the day, it don't matter how much wealth you have amassed, you can't transfer it.
Value, like amazing value shared today. I really wish we could continue this conversation. You already know. But where can we find you, Lakem? Where can we find you online? Anybody that's in Jamaica can probably find you on your social handles to continue this conversation. But where can we find you?
Well, you can find me on Facebook with my name and Lakem, right? I'm on IG, Lakem the right, and I'm also on LinkedIn. So if you ever want to connect, right, you can connect with me. I'm always available to have conversations about generational wealth and just protecting value. Because at the end of the day, we have to protect the value so that we can transfer it. Thanks again, Marsha.
Absolutely. No, thank you so much for the value you brought today. A wealth mindset was definitely developed today. Thank you, Lakem. Have a great Saturday.
Man. Thank you very much, man.
Wow. Well, we wrap up that session. I am sitting here, honestly, mind blown, because I'm like, wow, I learned so much from that conversation. Yes, we absolutely may bring him back for a part 2, as one of our commenters has requested. And we are about family planning. So, familyalltheway.com is one of our partners. So we are absolutely on the right conversation in the right direction. So it's been a riveting conversation with the Wealth Mindset today. I am going to be recommending a book of the week or book of the month, however long you want to take to read it, because these principles have been spoken about for generations. It's established and discussed in the Bible, leave an inheritance for your children's children. But there's a book that really touches on it, and it's called The Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clayson. You can get it on Amazon. You can probably get an Audible version. You can probably find it on YouTube. However you need to get the information, get it, because you need to be setting up an inheritance for your children's children. It's been an absolute pleasure to be with you this morning on the Wealth Mindset Show. It's your girl, Marsha Gay Miles. You can find me at Marsha Gay Miles on all social platforms, and let's get connected there. See you next week, and we will absolutely close with a special message from one of our partners here in today's Spotlight. Hold your vision, keep the faith, stay in gratitude, and live on purpose. God bless y'all. Have a great day.
Helping to make dreams become a reality. That is her mission. Today, we are here to introduce you to a phenomenal woman of God, an ordained minister, counselor, speaker, licensed wedding officiant, a certified chaplain. She holds a doctorate in theology, master's in pastoral counseling and divinity, and a bachelor's in psychology, along with certifications in Christian counseling, mental health, adolescent behavior, and family counseling. So I'd like to speak to you a little about your work with families and couples. When I visited your website, greatwisdomunlimited.com, so that leads me to ask you, how important is family counseling and who should seek it?
The importance of family counseling is very important. That should be priority, and I'm going to speak from just being being an Afro-American, Black Afro-American person, right? We out here, and I'm going to speak only in my small circle, because I don't know what's going on in the rest of the world. But I know in my circle, my immediate family, my immediate friends, and the friends I've known over the years, they don't do counseling. That's just a fact. I can only speak from my small circle. They don't do counseling. And because I practice counseling now, this is what I stress to them. You need counseling. You need to seek someone who can be objective, someone you can vent, a speaking board, if you will. They will hear you with no bias, no prejudice behind it, because they don't know you. Like when you go to your friends and your family, they know you. They're going to give you their opinion. They're going to give you their advice. And if they are doing this, who are these folks? What's your life doing so good that I even should listen to you? And a lot of times, their life is not even, they're not even doing what they're advising. Mm-hmm. So be careful. Go to that stranger. And think, because that's what we are. We're mediators. We see what the other person don't. We are on the outside looking in.
Yeah, if someone is listening right now and they are thinking about getting premarital or family counseling, but they have doubts, what would you say to them?
Well, again, I am a woman of God, and the Spirit leads me in everything that I do. And the beautiful thing about what I do, my counseling is based around the Bible. I can't do it, and neither can I. Don't care what your skill sets and how awesome you may think you are. It is the Spirit of God that covers it all for us all. I'm here to listen, be that listening board. Think, if you will, yell, scream. I may even give you a punching bag if we're in person. Punch the bag. Get it out. Now, once you get all of that out and clear the air and get all of that pollution out, now, how do you feel and where do we start?
Indeed. So my final question is, how does someone book your services?
Call me up. Go to my website. Send me an email. You can text me. You can call me. Wherever floats your boat. Everybody is into the device.
You can contact Dr. Wanda Thomas at GREAT, and that's GR8 Wisdom Unlimited at yahoo.com. Great Wisdom Unlimited at yahoo.com. On LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and at www.great, once again, GR8 Wisdom Unlimited.com. Or you can call at 1732-900-7362. That's 1732-900-7362. Or email us at info@umeradio.com. Until next time, I'm Trisha Gay Kelly.
Hey America, this is Chaplain Wanda Thomas. Listen to Wanda Road to Success with Great Wisdom Unlimited every Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time during the Gospel Connection on WNJRradio.com, America's hottest web radio experience. This web radio program offers you information and tools that will help you to become empowered with skills for successful life outcomes. With so many different ways you can listen, you're going to love the way we sound. And now we're on Alexa. Just say, Alexa, play WNJR, be blessed, and get connected to us.
Hi, I am Erin Seho. Welcome to our show, The Voice of Truth. Yeah, this is another episode, and I'm so glad to have you here with us. Welcome to The Voice of Truth. I am Erin Seho. I'm from Nigeria, Africa to be precise. I am a public speaker and also a confidence coach. I help you to transcend beyond your limited beliefs into your full potential, into helping you become the best version of yourself and helping you to transcend and limit whatever thing that is holding you back from actualizing your dreams. That is what I help you to do, and that is what I coach you on what to do. So, today's motivational tips, I am going to be telling you what you can do to build your self confidence. I'm going to be sharing with you 5 tips that can help you build your confidence. And trust me, with these 5 tips, it's going to help you see beyond your limiting beliefs and help you to become a better person. I have struggled with this myself. I've struggled with low self-esteem, and I know that with these 5 tips, it has helped me to build my confidence, and it has also helped me to become a better person. So I'm going to be sharing with you 5 tips, and I trust me, when you apply these 5 tips in your life, you are going to have confidence, like confidence that can help you speak wherever you go to, confidence that can make you stand up wherever you find yourself, confidence that can make you to become a better person, helping you to have good self-esteem. Yes, we all need to have good self-esteem. We all need to feel loved. We all need to have self-love. But when you don't have confidence in yourself, when you don't have confidence in who you are, you can have self-love for yourself. And this is one area that a lot of us are struggling with. And I'm struggling with that myself. And I believe with these 5 tips, it's going to help you. Yeah, it can help you to build your confidence. Now, I'm going to be sharing the 5 tips. The first tip is look at what you have already achieved. Yeah, the first tip for you to build your confidence is for you to look at the things you already have. I've come to understand that a lot of us, most times, we don't tend to look at what we have achieved. I'm not saying you have to be rich or you need to acquire a lot for you to actually appreciate what you have. But the thing is, when you look at where you are and what you've achieved in life, you should be grateful for where you are. So you should be thankful for the things you've been able to get within the space of time or within the space of years. And you can make a list of the things that you have achieved in your life. Let's take, for instance, your degree. Let's assume you're a graduate and you're done with school. You can start with that. That is an achievement. You can tell yourself, yes, I'm a graduate. I studied psychology. I studied statistics. I studied medicine. I studied law in the school. That alone should give you self confidence because you know that you have something valuable to share to your world. You know you have an asset. You know you have something valuable to share. And I believe a lot of us have a lot of things we've done in the past, a lot of great works we've done. Just make a list of all those things. Write out the things you have achieved in your life. You can start from when you were much younger. You can start from when you were done with school. You can start from where you are right now. I just want you to look at your life and actually make a list of the things you've achieved. When you're done making this list, you are going to see a lot of things to be grateful for. And when you start being grateful for the things you've achieved, it helps you to build your confidence. It helps you see yourself in a way that you have respect for yourself. That way, you don't need to look at what others have, or you don't need to compare yourself with other people. But you can actually have the confidence that you desire because you know that you have something to give you self-worth. You know you have something to offer. You have value to bring. And when you see the things you've achieved, it boosts your confidence. And this has actually helped me a lot. Yeah, there are times in my life I struggle with low self-esteem. I was so down on myself. Like I never valued myself. And I kept asking myself, why? And I looked at the things around me and I saw a lot of things I've done in the past, a lot of things I'm doing. I asked myself, why am I so struggling with low self-esteem? What is that thing that is making me not grateful for what I have? What is that thing that is making me compare myself with somebody else? So that is what I had to think about it. That I need to look at what I have achieved in the past years. I need to look at the things I have. I need to look at the things I can offer. I need to see that these things actually help me to build my confidence. Yeah. And I know that I have something that can make me have self-worth for myself. So that is one area I want you to look at for. First tip is look at what you've already achieved. And when you're done writing that, when you're done looking at the things you've already achieved, the second tip is for you to think about the things you're good at. Yes. Think about the things you're good at. A lot of us miss this a lot. Many of us have strengths, many of us have great talents. We're talented, but we don't bother ourselves to look at these things. We don't think about the things we can actually do. We are so consumed and overwhelmed with the things that we can't do. That's what I mean is you're looking at your weakness, you're neglecting your strength, and you have your area of strength, but you're not focusing on your area of strength. You're looking at the strength of somebody else, comparing with yourself, but you forgot that you and the other person, you guys are not alike. So you need to think about what you have to offer. Think about the things you're naturally gifted at. Think about the things you can do. Think about the things you can offer to the world. What are the giftings you have? What are the talents you have? What are the things that naturally comes to you? That even when I wake you up from the sleep, you can actually do those things from your sleep. I want you to think about your strengths. Think about the talents you have. Try to write them down. Try to see what you can offer and try focusing on your strengths. Yes, you need to focus on your strengths. A lot of times we miss out because we don't focus on our strengths, and this is so wrong. You shouldn't compare your life with somebody else. You shouldn't see somebody else's strength as your strength. That might be your weakness. And when you start focusing on that, it makes you limit the way you value yourself. It makes you limit the way you carry yourself because you're not seeing what you have. You're not looking within to see the areas of strength that you have. And that way, it tends to help, it tends to make you diminish. It tends to make you limit your confidence. It tends to make you look down on yourself because at a point you might think you have nothing to offer. At a point you might think you have nothing good to offer to the world because you feel you're not valuable. You feel, what do I have to offer? But when you start looking at the things you're good at, then you see the things you're not good at. It makes you value yourself. It makes you understand yourself better and know that, yes, this is what I'm good at and this is what I'm not good at. So if I know I can work on my weaknesses, sure, I can be able to do that. But if I can't work on my weaknesses, then I have to focus on my strength because that is where my power is. That is where my strength is. That is where my confidence is. And that is where I can actually beat my chest and say, yes, this is something I can do. For me, for instance, I'm a public speaker. Speaking is one of my talents. I can speak and speak for Africa. Like I can speak, and it's something I love doing. It's something I'm passionate about. It's something that is in me, and it's something that cannot leave me. So speaking is one gift, and it's something I came to realize that I can actually use this to bless my world. I can actually use speaking as a career. Yes. And I thought of it. Why don't I use my speaking gift to help people, to make my voice valuable, to make my voice heard? So you need to see what you're good at. I'm good at writing. I'm good at speaking. I'm good at creative works. I know what I can do. And I know what I can do. So whenever I'm faced with a situation, I can boldly say, please, this is something I can do. But when I see this is something I can do, this is my area of strength and focus, I know I am good at it because this is something that gives me joy. This is something I am that comes with ease. This is something I easily do out of love, out of passion. So when you start thinking about the things you have, when you start thinking about the things you can offer, you tend to give out more. You tend to give out more, and it helps you become better, and it helps you build your confidence. It helps you build your self-worth, and it makes you value yourself more. The third tips is for you. The third tip is for you to set some goals. Yes, set some goals. Set some goals because if you want to work on yourself, if you want to work on building your confidence, you need to set out goals. You need to give yourself time frame. You need to see areas you can be able to work on yourself. The truth is that we all have areas we are struggling with. We all have our baggages. We all have areas we are trying to improve in. And for you to actually do all of this, you need to set goals. You can't just do everything in one day. You can't build self confidence in one day. It's something that has to grow with time, and it's something that has to be progressive. So, for you to be able to actualize that, it has to be a goal. You can tell yourself in the next 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, 3 months, 1 year, I'm going to do this. I'm going to form this habit. I'm going to learn how to do this. I'm going to learn how to value myself. I'm going to learn how to carry myself this way. I'm going to learn how to speak. I'm going to learn how to cook. I'm going to learn how to bake. Whatever thing that you know that is your area of strength and something you're passionate about, and you know this is something that can build your confidence, build your self-worth, build this something that can make you respect yourself, then you have to do it. So, but you need to set goals. Tell yourself, first of all, everything starts with your mindset. What are you telling yourself? Do you use words of affirmation? Because this is something that really helps me. There are times in my life at a point when I had low self-esteem. I struggle with that, and I told myself, girl, you're more than this. So most of the times when I wake up in the morning before going out, I tell myself, I am beautiful. I am bold. I am strong. I am confident. I am the best of my kind. I am the best the world has yet to see. There is no one like me, and there is no one that will ever be like me. I stand with my voice, and I stand in who I am. I am the best the world will yet see. When I keep saying those words, it helps me value myself. My spirit comes to life and it makes me to be happy because at that time I am being relieved. I'm changing my mindset. So my mindset shift from low self-esteem to being confident. It makes me have self-worth. And I came to understand that a lot of us struggle with this because it's what we tell ourselves that is what affects us. It's what we struggle with that is what affects our mind. Now the question is, what are you telling yourself? What is that thing you're always telling yourself you can't do? Because I believe that what you give to your mind, what you keep saying to your mind, that is what you keep as beating, and that is something you keep manifesting. So, for you to change your life, for you to change your thoughts, for you to build confidence, you need to change your mindset. Change the way you talk to yourself. Change the way you think. Change the way you speak. You need to build yourself with self-worth and self-dignity. There is power in the tongue, and that's why I'm most careful most of the times. I don't speak words that diminish me. I don't speak words that brings me down. I speak words that lifts me up because I believe there is power in my tongue. So when I use my words, when I use the powerful words that builds my life, it helps me to become confident. It helps me to build self-esteem. It helps me to value myself more. And it's a goal. I've told myself I'm going to do this every day. And it's a routine, and I form it as a habit. So the question is, what goals are you setting? You need to set goals for yourself. If you really want to build your self-confidence, you need to set out goals. You need to know what you want to do regularly that can actually help you. Every one of us have different stages of low self-esteem. I don't know the stage you are. I don't know how serious it may be for you. Some persons they don't have self-worth. Some persons, due to some humans, due to their body shape, due to what parental upbringing has been for them, due to low self-worth, due to lack of parental love, due to a lot of reasons though. But I believe every one of us have different issues at different stages of our life. It might be critical for you. It might just be minor for you. But whatever stage it may be for you, I just want you to set out goals. Tell yourself, write out the things you want to hear. Write out the things you want for yourself. Write out the things you know that can help you build your self-confidence. Write out the things that can boost your confidence. Because when you're done writing this and you keep applying these things, you keep saying it and you keep doing it, you see that your confidence start growing. You can try it for a month though. And when you start seeing results, you start valuing yourself and it starts changing your mindset. I believe everything starts with the mind. I believe everything starts with a thought. I believe it's the way you see yourself. I believe it's what you tell yourself. So that's why I want you to start with your mind. Start with the words you tell yourself daily. You can start writing affirmations. Affirmations are powerful. And it's as powerful. It has helped me and it has helped transform my life. And I must tell you, it's something that can actually help you if you want to build self-confidence. If you want to build self-esteem, it's something that can help you a great deal. You can try that out. Trust me, it's going to help you. Then the fourth tips is for you to talk yourself up. Somebody say, talk yourself up. Yeah, talk yourself up. Yes, this is one powerful tip that can help you. This is what I like what I'm saying. Building self-affirmation, using powerful words, use the right words often. Talk yourself up. Use good words for yourself. No matter what you've been through, no matter the situation you are in your life currently, you need to learn how to talk yourself up. You need to learn how to use words, powerful words that can help push you forward. Words are powerful, you know. If you tell yourself you can't, trust me, you can't. But if you know you want to become better, you want to become a better individual, you want to be able to exhibit yourself and live your best life, then you need to start valuing yourself and start using positive words of affirmation. Not just affirmation. Don't say words that will limit you. Don't let anyone talk you down. Because a lot of times we let people get through our skin. We let a lot of people have hold of our lives. We let a lot of people have power over our thoughts. But you can change things about your life. You can start seeing yourself in a different light. And you can start building your confidence and your self-worth in that. Talk yourself up. Always speak words that can build you up. Always speak words that can enlighten you. It doesn't matter what they tell you. It doesn't matter what they say about you. It doesn't matter what they see about you. But it all matters is what you have in your mind. It's what you see about yourself. That is what is important. And that is what gives you peace of mind. And that is something that can build your confidence. And the last tip is get a hobby. Yeah, get a hobby. I mean, having a hobby can actually help you because I believe when you have something you love doing, that is where you start enjoying yourself more. The life is too short for you to live it boring. Come on, life is too short for you to live a boring life. You need to get something else. You need to find something you love doing. If it's traveling, if it's reading books, if it's watching movies, just enjoy yourself. Just enjoy being on your own. Enjoy being alone. Appreciate yourself more. Appreciate your life more. And that is when you start exhibiting the true essence of your being. That is when you start living your best life. So you need to learn how to appreciate yourself. Get something you love doing. Travel if you can. Live where you are. Experience life. Get the best out of life. Come on, when you start doing all of these things, trust me, your confidence will boost up. Your confidence will grow. You start loving and appreciating yourself. And that is where you start seeing the true light. And that is where you start exhibiting from your abundance. Because you cannot operate from your abundance if you don't find your light, if you don't know who you are, and if you don't accept who you are. So everything comes with self-awareness, and everything comes with self-acceptance. So the question is, do you have confidence in yourself? Do you have confidence in your abilities? Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe in your strengths? Do you know that you can be the best version of yourself? Anything is possible. I don't care where you are. I don't know where you are. I don't care where you find yourself. But I know that in the midst of the storm, wherever you find yourself, you can be happy in who you are. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to be famous. You don't have to be the best for you to appreciate you. You just need to know you, have self-awareness, and accept you, everything about you, everything. Be in love with you. Be crazy about you, girl. Be crazy about you. When you start thinking about the positive light about your life, that is when you start living your best life. Be crazy about you. Start thinking about it in this light. Trust me, that is where you accept you. And you will be at peace with yourself. You love yourself more. You appreciate yourself more. And you live your best life. Trust me, you will live your best life. And your confidence will boost. Like your confidence will grow. So the first tip I said was look at what you've achieved. Look at the things you've already achieved and write it down. The second tip is for you to think about the things you're good at. Look at your area of strength, look at the talent that you have, and write it down. The third tip is for you to set out goals. Try to set out goals. Give yourself timeline. Give yourself deadline and tell yourself, I want to achieve this at this time. I want to write this. I want to do this. Build your confidence in that. Try to set goals that can help you build you. Then the fourth tip is talk yourself up. Always use words of affirmation. Speak positive words to yourself. See yourself and light yourself up all the time. You are good enough. You're good at what you think. You're better than what you think. Trust me, you have something that the world needs. Then the fifth tip is get a hobby. Get something you love doing. Do the things you love. Live your best life. Do the things that makes you happy. And that way you can start becoming the best version of yourself. That way you start living a life of fulfillment. That way you start living life out of abundance. You don't need to get opinion. You don't need to get approval from people for you to be happy. You can be happy. You deserve to be happy. And trust me, you deserve to be loved. So self-love starts with you. Before somebody can value you, before somebody can love you, it all starts from you. The question is, do you have self-love? Do you value yourself? Do you have self-confidence? Do you have self-worth? And if you lack in any of this area, you have to start working on yourself. You need to start building yourself. All right, guys. I hope those tips was helpful. Trust me, these tips has helped me, and it has helped me to build myself. And I'm happy where I am. And I'm growing every day, and I'm living my best life. I don't need people to talk me down because I know who I am. So you need to know who you are. You need to be self-aware of who you are and start doing the things that makes you happy. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being part of this show. Thank you so much for being part of this episode. And I look forward to the next episode. Trust me, the next episode is going to be epic and transforming. You're going to love it because we have a lot of things to say and a lot of things to share with you. So don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share with friends. This is the Voice of Truth. All right, guys. Bye.
Helping to make dreams become a reality. That is her mission. Today, we are here to introduce you to a phenomenal woman of God, an ordained minister, counselor, speaker, licensed wedding officiant, a certified chaplain. She holds a doctorate in theology, master's in pastoral counseling and divinity, and a bachelor's in psychology, along with certifications in Christian counseling, mental health, adolescent behavior, and family counseling. So I'd like to speak to you a little about your work with families and couples. When I visited your website, greatwisdomunlimited.com, powerful name by the way, I learned a lot about you, and one of the things that piqued my interest was the term self-mastery. You help people master self. What does that entail?
Well, first, before you can help anyone or make suggestions or advise anyone, you have to look at yourself in the mirror. Michael Jackson said it better, look at the man in the mirror. Before you can talk about opinions and judging others, you need to see where you stand first. Are you right within self? Not only your outer appearance, but your spiritual realm, your mind, how you react to life itself. How do you react to things that may affect you in a negative way? How do you handle those things? Whatever it may be, whether it's your intimate lover or just a child, how do you handle, whether a coworker? We have etiquette for everything. So how do you handle the worst of worst situations? So for someone to master themselves, you have to find you, what makes you tick. Who are you really? Until you really know who you are, you're going to struggle. You have to be transparent, and you have to really be honest with self. What do you like? What don't you like? What when this person say this, how do you respond? How do you feel? How do you react? And so you have to know self. I know me. I bind my tongue. Trust me. I bind my tongue at times because I want to react. What did God say? I'm reading this Bible over and over. I'm doing shows over and over, and I'm telling people and giving them advice, and here I am acting a fool. So I have to constantly revise myself, reposition myself. So when I give advice and opinion, trust and believe when I tell you, I'm giving it to you from my own perspective, from what I had to experience, and it worked. God worked. Not you, but God. Yes, we love our family and friends and all of this advice they give, but the key puzzle is God. And without Him, you're going to crash and burn. You can't do any of this stuff. Yeah, we have the skill set. God had blessed us. He said, I'll do this. If you just trust in me, trust in all your ways, lean not to your own understanding, I'll direct your path. All of those things are wonderful. Don't make them a cliche. Don't get the game crooked. He still gave us free will, and we still got to live in this world that is very negative. And so we have to pull out the best in us.
So how important would you say self-mastery is for couples?
Oh, wow. That is a big plus when it comes to couples. Um, Depending on every situation is really different. A new couple, an old couple. The old couples, you know, you've been in a relationship forever. You got to rebuild yourself. You got to redevelop yourself because you may be getting bored with one another. You got your new couple. They're now running on feelings and emotions and all of this infatuation, and they don't understand in a couple of years or whatever, that's going to die. You're going to have to reinvent yourself again because what got you there and what made you happy there, stuff's going to change. Life's going to is going to change. Life changes happen, and it makes you reinvent yourself all the time.
Indeed. So my final question is, how does someone book your services?
Call me up. Go to my website. Send me an email. You can text me. You can call me.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.
You guys. I want you to keep up the good work.
Thank you. You can contact Dr. Wanda Thomas at great, and that's GR8 wisdomunlimited@yahoo.com. Great Wisdom Unlimited @yahoo.com. On LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and at www.great, once again, GR8 wisdomunlimited.com. Or you can call at 1732 900 7362. That's 1732 900 7362. Or email us at info@umeradio.com. Until next time, I'm Trisha Gay Kelly.
Hey, America.
Welcome here to Travel Boss with Keith here in New York City. Welcome. We're about to have a great time, and I'm excited to be alive and have health. So, what can I say? I know that I was listening to the last show, which was Voice of Truth, and the last point that I heard mentioned was travel, get out somewhere, do something different. And yes, we know travel is a major part of humanity. People love to travel in general. Some like to migrate, some like the sightseeing, different places, different countries, different regions, and explore this amazing earth that we have here. So we're here this weekend for another great segment. I'm not sure if some of you were here last week, or the week before, but this week is promised to be a very, very good, exciting week. And, you know, I got to thinking here that as I reflected on my own personal life as it relates to travel, I had to go way back, and something brought me back. And one thing I realized is that this network here that I'm a part of, I really feel that as much as we plan and we have preparation made for segments and shows and people, because at the heart of it, we have purpose that's in play. And when I say purpose, we're talking about divine purpose here. And some would say God, but I like to use the word creator, because God can mean so many different things to different people. But as creator or our designer here, before we became, he was, or this being was, right? And so as purpose unfolds, things may shift in the ways that you probably didn't expect to, but we've got to stay in the flow of purpose. So I'm here to really, really talk about travel and talk about just, different things that we can do to empower ourselves as travel and see the wide scope that travel brings and has. And many of us see travel, like I said recently, as just people moving on a plane or a bus or a train, but travel has to do with e-commerce as well. All right. A lot of us, we think about even going on Amazon. We have a store, Shop and Own. You can go there and check it out. It's called Shop and Own. And pretty much when you order something from Amazon or one of these major companies, it has to go somewhere, it has to be packaged and make sure that it is packaged properly. If it's a delicate substance or something that needs to be transferred quickly for emergency reasons, be it a coffin or even a clothing, it has to be done carefully from one place to another because those things have significance to the sender and the receiver. All right, so travel encompasses a whole lot of things. But this week, didn't have a guest, but I wondered why, because as we were looking for a guest, something took me back to my own life as a child. And I remember my mom traveled to the States and she sent down something called a Viewmaster. The Viewmaster was a little toy, and I would have to look through it. Looks like almost like a camera, a small Kodak camera. It had two lenses, and as I looked through the lenses, they were like little pictures that I just flip the side, it would turn over to different images. And I was seeing like the Empire State Building. I was seeing like New York City and the Twin Towers. And I would see like planes and ships. I'm like, wow. So at around age 6, 7, I was so fascinated with what I was seeing. Oh my God, didn't have a clue what it was, but I know that was very breathtaking to me, seeing that, living in the small island of Jamaica at the time. Jamaica is about what 4,244 square miles, very small. Coming to New York as a teenager, looking at how many miles? 3,797 million square miles, so much bigger. So I came to a whole new world, and of course, here am I today. Who would have thought I'll be here doing this show and travel? It's amazing, and I'm excited about it. And I know that we and this show we can definitely give you a lot of perspective. We have hot deals that we have coming up, places you can go. We have we have an area where you can actually get help in your travel experience. If you go to mytravelwishlist.com, you can check out some really hot deals, really exciting stuff that you can, we can help you to put your travel plan together. So we like it's one-stop shop. So imagine travel could be a very intense process. It can be for many very intimidating, also very overwhelming. Sometimes people are busy with their lives. So we can help you to actually plan a nice vacation, a nice trip, be it a single or group, to great destinations. We can do a lot of great things for you to help you have a great experience in your travel experience. So again, my name is Keith, and I'm looking forward to having your comments and your ideas. Some of you are probably travelers, and maybe you can probably send in to us some of your experiences as a traveler, where you're going to, maybe some tips on what to look out for, maybe how to travel effectively, some of the do's and don'ts of travel. Well, send us some of your experiences, and that can be a benefit to those who are watching. So we're here to really just kind of empower individuals in every way. And if you've been watching from earlier, there are many things that we want to empower individuals on, and travel is one of the really cool things. So I had an idea, and it was about a traveler exposed. Traveler exposed, and you'll never guess what that is, huh? By now you probably have guessed it, but I knew some years ago when I traveled extensively, I didn't really look at it as traveling or as a traveler based on me at the time, but now looking back and really looking at things, more detail wise, I realized that I really did a lot of traveling, and some more, of course, road trips, some more cruises, some was flight, different countries, Europe, the Caribbeans, and we really had a great time, and me being in that setting, that group at the time, it was phenomenal. I know what it's like to have first class, on a flight experience, and to travel where folks treat you real nice, and to see you as a upcoming star, so to speak, and we really had a good time. So this show pretty much is really about this week, kind of getting into know a little bit about Keith. All right, it's about me, and it's really about me sharing my heart, and that I really think that that travel has affected me in a way where it has allowed me to be authentic about even this show. Some people can say one thing, but not having the experience is a different story. But having the experience of traveling and different, especially churches, because I've dealt with Spanish churches and Haitian churches and African churches, um, and Caucasian. It's a whole gamut of different audience and how they reacted, how they treat you. Some of the experience that we've had on the road where, we came close to car accidents, and even flights I had when the plane was about to crash. It felt that way, and everyone was bracing to go down. I remember having trips where we went and we stayed at hotels that was really not very cozy, if you know what I mean. And of course, the part of that was we went to hotels that was very nice, star house. I mean, 5-star quality, penthouse quality. So having the experience of traveling and seeing how one had to prepare themselves, your eating habits, sometimes that changes when you travel. When you travel, if you're not prepared, you end up eating a lot of junk food, because mostly out there on the road of traveling, there's a lot of junk food. You're hungry and you can't find that special vegan restaurant that you want, or the special place, and you're normally used to, and you have to end up sufficing and try to to survive just about. But someone asked me at what age was my first travel experience. Wow, that's interesting. I would say my first travel experience happened within the country I was born in, that's Jamaica. When I moved from Trelawney, which is a parish, one of the parishes, one of the 14 parishes in Jamaica, and I moved from there to Clarendon. And I stayed there for about 3-4 years before I came to the States. So that was my first experience driving through a few of the different parishes. Rough road, and this very very interesting. It's hot. I remember it being hot and very uncomfortable at some points. But I remember getting there. That was my first travel experience. Didn't feel that way, but it was, looking back now. But my first real interesting travel was when I came here, the first flight on the plane, and how I was in awe of the entire thing. That's the whole process of the airport and the noise, and and just traveling and being on the plane and getting my first meal. And I felt like really weird, it was like, what's this, someone asked me, how did that travel experience affect you? Tell us what you say, how it felt, and if it had any impact on you and your desire to travel in the future. Yes, it did. It really did. I thought it was a one-time thing. I didn't think it was something that was going to was going to persist, that I was going to actually do more of. I just knew I was going somewhere, and I was at the time enjoying the experience of it. A bit terrified because where I'm from, where I was born, small community, very rural. I mean, very small, and not a lot as far as anything visually. That was breathtaking. Nothing that would give you a wow. Just your regular houses and your farmland and your regular school and your church, and you grew up seeing that all your life. So you never really seen anything more than maybe once or twice. I went to a beach. I remember I went to one famous spots. I think it's Rios. It's called Dunn's River, one of the really cool spots, good tourist spot in Jamaica. And I remember going there on a bus, and that was nice to get away. Someone asked, why is travel important to you? Why do you want to talk about travel? And what should be our takeaway? Well, I think travel, I think it speaks for itself. I think people have a natural rhythm in them to want to travel, want to go somewhere, especially after they retire. Because most people, they're bogged down in a job, 10, 20, 30, 40 years. Now they have now retired. Now what do? Do I stay home and die? No, people want to see the world. I think it's just because of just the work experience, the work life we have, and sometimes the financial life we have. The understanding that travel is can be done if you plan for it. But as for me, I think travel is for me, it's a rhythm. It's like almost like a need. It's like I need to feel that pulse. I'm a people person, I would say, very social being. So I think a part of my being that way is a desire to want to go out and meet new people, connect with people, and I do it now online a lot. Just connect with people online. But I think we just been to our last year and a half of COVID. We did shut things down a lot, and now we've seen things kind of open back up a little bit more. And in fact, I had plans to travel pre-COVID. I had plans. I'd bought my ticket and everything, ready to make it happen. And of course, that kind of got stalled. But I really, really, really think traveling just it really expands your mind, and it allows me to see how connected I am to different nationality, different races, different customs. I really see how we all really are connected, and that we're really in a very small world. And it's just a sheer pleasure. It's something that you really can't buy. It's something you got to experience and just live it. So that's my thing, and I want people to take away to know that traveling doesn't have to be an ordeal. Travel can be something that could be fun. Travel can be something that's exciting. And there's a lot of misconception and misnomers about travel. And I had experience where I thought it was a bit overwhelming and, trying to, I guess, go about it in a way where it will be cost effective and I would be able to have a good time. And I think, again, like I said, that's why having a place like My Travel Wish List is a great platform where you can actually get real information on travel, and I have Jesse here who can probably share some things with you, the audience, on maybe some deals and just kind of how to navigate yourself when it comes to travel and how you can get prepared for it with My Travel Wish List. Jesse, welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right, guys. All right, so let's get into some mytravelwishlist.com. Let you guys know a little bit more about that. Can you blow up the screen for me a little bit? There we go. All right, so we're here to help fulfill your travel dreams. This is not just in one way, guys. We have many, many ways we can help you. You could browse travel deals. You get the latest specials and offers and incentives from the world's top cruise lines, hotels, resorts, vacation companies, and travel partners. We also do flight and cruises, air booking engine searches, over 900 airlines for all published fares, 200 low-cost carriers, and over 70 air consolidators around the world. My Travel Wishlist also does hotel and vacation rentals. Fulfill your travel dreams and experience the luxury you desire. We'll help you book the right hotel or vacation rental that is affordable and memorable. And we also got travel documents. You know you can't go anywhere without your documents, right? So if you need help with passport and visa, expediting services, travel insurance, that's important, and other support services to ensure your trip runs smoothly, they're there to help. So go to www.mytravelwishlist.com. And let's dive in real quick for the hot deals that we have for you this week. It's coming.
We got some hot deals here.
We got some hot deals coming, and I'm excited. I mean, I want to travel once I'm done.
Listen, I'm preparing myself because I'm telling you, after this winter kind of tapers off, I'm going to be a madman when it comes to traveling.
Yes, I know. So we got Caribbean vacations from Apple. Okay, Apple, stay and save up to 30% with the Marriott International in Hawaii with Apple Vacations. Discover paradise. When you're ready to travel, aloha awaits. With the most oceanfront hotels in Hawaii, Marriott International offers a true change of scenery as we welcome visitors back to the islands. Our commitment to clean at every hotel ensures peace of mind throughout your travels.
Love it.
And as you scroll down, they would love to invite you to discover newly transformed resorts with open air spaces and refreshed guest rooms, infinity pools that span endless horizons, and wide swaths of sandy beaches. You're invited to discover newly transformative resorts. You connect with the culture, immerse yourself in the blue, clear waters, and travel mindfully. In doing so, a vacation can become more meaningful. A hike can provide a chance to replant the forest. A beach day can help restore the reef. A hula lesson can create a lifelong love of dance and storytelling. When you're ready, travel. Aloha awaits. So book soon. If you want more info to book this deal, go to www.mytravelwishlist.com or email info@mytravelwishlist.com.
Nice.
We also have more vacations, all-inclusive Hard Rock Hotel Southwest. Southwest presents savings up to 50% and
50%?
all-inclusive. Hard Rock Hotels. Book a flight and a hotel package of 3 nights or more to the all-inclusive Hard Rock Hotels in Mexico and the Dominican Republic and receive savings up to 50%. Free stays for kids and teens, personal assistance in suites, and exclusive perks. What?
Nice.
Just go down
What?
a little bit more.
Here I come.
Yep, so the exclusive perks, private round-trip hotel transfers for up to 6 passengers. You want to book now through November 30th, guys, by 6 p.m. CT. Travel now through April 24th, 2022. Awesome. We have time for one more deal here. Yeah, it's getting away closer. Getting away is closer than you think. Classic. Book an amazing trip within mainland USA for those of you in the United States. Explore our country with Classic for as low as $490 per person. Going on an extraordinary vacation doesn't mean you have to travel far. These great hotels and resorts are closer than you think and still provide you and your family unforgettable experiences. As we scroll down here.
But Jesse, before we go to the next one, I tell you, that's a good point you made a while ago. A lot of people can travel within the country. Sometimes they're not always out or flying somewhere. There are many great spots within the country. So feel free to make it happen.
Yep, and within your own state, because you stay within the same area of the
state as well. Yes.
So participating properties, we have 3 nights from $939 USD per person. Hotel del Coronado, there we go, Coronado, Curio Collection by Hilton, United States, California, and San Diego. 3 nights from $559 per person USD. The Confidant, Miami Beach, part of Hyatt, United States, Florida, Miami, and we just scroll down. 3 nights from $490 per person. Park Hyatt, Beaver Creek Resort and Spa, United States, Colorado, Beaver Creek. Book soon to save. Remember, go to www.mytravelwishlist.com to book all of these deals, guys. You want to get started right away, and we take you guys right back to the front page. You're able to see first name, last name, all the details that will help you book. And I love it. I'm going to get started once, I got my passport and everything ready.
There you go. Well, Jessie, again, thank you. So listen, folks, this is Travel Boss here with Keith. Remember to like, subscribe, and don't forget to check that notification bell so you can get our new information and new videos as they come out. And guys, remember to share as well, because we want people to get this information out here, because it's about to be on and going. So we're happy for your audience here. You guys are really, really fun. And we know we're going to have a lot of great things to share with you in the future, a lot of great hot spots and surprises maybe. So look out for some good things here on Travel Boss with Keith. Again, just thank you for coming in and making it happen for me again. You're such a blessing. Yes, she's like my eyes, She sees so well. So.
Do you love to travel? Have you heard about mytravelwishlist.com? My Travel Wishlist, a UDMI travel brand, provides all-inclusive solutions to travelers. We provide 3 key solutions. 1. Travel booking for any occasion, individual or group. 2. Destination weddings, family retreats, and adventures for kids by or partners. And 3. Travel share and earn program. We have a network of travel advisors to help you find the true veil in your travel. He is one of the owners of mytravelwishlist.com. Greetings, Mr. Merritt. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing fantastic here. And how about you yourself?
I'm great, actually. You're about to tell us a little about mytravelwishlist.com. Our audience would love to know, what is it about?
Well, as you know, travel is an amazing thing. And I was one of those persons who was fortunately had the chance to travel extensively over the years. I was a part of a band and we did a lot of travel internationally and nationally. And so travel, I think, is a great thing. Expand the mind and give you a sense of how big this world is, and you can imagine more. And I think wealthy people are ones who normally travel. It's called My Travel Wish List. And of course, it's a UDMI travel brand, and it provides all exclusive solutions to travelers, right? So like a one-stop shop, because sometimes traveling can be very stressful, not sure where to go, how to go about it. So we're here to help you navigate that process, so you can have a good starting point in your travel to a good ending point in your travel. So that's pretty much the fundamentals of what it is to give you that experience, where it's not stressful and you feel all burning down, and you walk away saying, hey, I found the right help I needed, and hopefully you can share with others, and so they can have the same experience.
So as a client myself, maybe I want to use this medium to travel someday. And so I want to know, can I travel to every part of the world, or are there specific destinations?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure if you want to go to Iraq right now or Kuwait, but pretty much we can travel everywhere. You're looking at different airlines and hotels. I mean, travel booking for any occasion and any individual or groups. All right, destination weddings, planning, and so we have the networks that's in place to facilitate whatever the needs are. So the travel wish is really saying you come to us and tell us your wish, and like Santa Claus, we make it happen. So it's like what we do, we go to work for you. So what we do, we hear your needs. You're going to convey to us what you want. We can also share some things as well. Once we hear what you want, we're going to be able to offer you different ideas and options that may be comparable to what you want, or pretty much as close to as possible to what you want. So the wish list is saying, I want this, and then we go to work for you, and we be able to present that to you and say, hey, this is where you can go, this is what you can do, and you will get to not only enjoy the experience, but you feel in control of the experience. You feel like you're actually making that decision, and then it'll be more fulfilling to you. So it's an experience that you can enjoy, or we can enjoy together, to make you a happy client.
Our final question to you,
Go right
Mr.
ahead.
Marriott, is what are some of the benefits of
Yes.
booking through My Travel Wish List?
We want to empower people. All right. So not only can you travel, you can earn from your travel. Why spend? Why not earn? So we can show you those aspects of it, where you can not only save, but become an earner.
Are you ready to travel? Let's go. Log on to www.mytravelwishlist.com for more information.